Hey, peace, Donnie. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those lives right here. It's gonna be a deep, deep message in this live. Got some other topics. We gotta talk about that. Those white couples that adopted those five black siblings and did the most with them. You know. Hey, peace, Donnie. Yeah, this you gotta be irreplaceable, and that's why the world is mad at us for having terms irreplaceable terms like FBA and ADOS. Being black and being African. I'm a black man, I'm a black woman. You're replaceable. I'm an African man, I'm a proud African woman. You are replaceable by another random African man, African woman, by another random across the world African man or black man, black woman. You got to be irreplaceable, and we were replaceable for a long time. Well, not that long, but we began to be replaceable. You could say you, yeah, you could say a long time. It's about 60 years ever since they opened the floodgates on that 1965 Immigration Act. Yeah, that was our clock ticking. Our clock was ticking from there. Many people will be invited into the country. And listen, the people that come into the country is not necessarily their fault. Okay. I'm going to use the term white supremacists in this breath. I'm careful when I say white supremacists and white supremacy and systemic racism. So I'm real careful. So in this case, I'm going to say white supremacy. There are a difference between white supremacy. There is a difference between white supremacy and systemic racism. All right, but white supremacists, they play chess. White supremacists who are in power, legislators, people in Congress, people in government, people who can move the needle fast. They play chess. Okay. So, and a lot of times they move the pieces and the pieces move and don't know they're being moved. The pieces being moved that don't know so, they become a direct enemy is when they start moving themselves, right? Along with the person moving them, right? Going with the plan. And that's what happens, unfortunately, with people in this country. They start to adopt the plan of the white supremacists moving these chess pieces to undermine FBA DOS, right? So, but for the most part, they are victims as well because they're being moved and they don't know it. Okay, for the most part, they don't know. So, black people, okay, black people in New York, we're talking about early 1800s. We're talking about late 1700s. FBA DOS in New York, right? As enslaved people. Once we got our freedom, okay, or once we got some freedom, we were making things move. This is before the Harlem Renaissance, okay. This before Ellis Island, you dig, and the what's that? The Industrial Revolution. It's before that. Of course, some of that is going on, but it's not big enough for for mass immigrants to flood New York, okay, to take advantage. We were starting to populate. At one point, we made up 4% of the population, and then we grew 4 times. So we became in between 14 to 16% of the population. And then here comes Ellis Island. They literally brought a bunch of white Europeans over to New York to drown us out and make us the 2-3% of the population. Once we got up in numbers, they literally moved the chess pieces. And these immigrants coming over, they didn't know that, right? Because the white supremacists in this country, they're moving chess pieces to undermine us. Even during Black Reconstruction, same thing. A hella bunch of white Europeans, immigrants, Irish, Italians, all these folks came over here to dwindle our numbers again. 1964 Civil Rights Act, okay, even locked out of all government assistance, all forms, okay. 1965, 1968, FHA, they said, hey, that's illegal to discriminate based on race in housing and banking and all avenues in America. That's illegal. Okay. Can't discriminate in welfare no more. And other government assistance. FBA docs, they have a right to it as well. Okay, so we're about to get right. We're about to now take advantage of some of these assistances provided by the government. And look what happens. Because 1 year later, that's 1964, 1 year later, they passed the Immigration Act again to undermine our progress. So now there's nobody in line for these government assistance programs because white folks pretty much own the wealth. So they're over there doing their own thing. They're no longer occupying, the seats. So the lines are clear for us to go get these assistances, right? And use that as a foundational step to level up. There's no line. It's just us. Well, 1965 Immigration Act, a flood of immigrants, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, West Indian, everybody. Now it is literally the early bird get the worm. We were the ones fighting for the Civil Rights Act, predominantly, because we were predominantly affected by these Jim Crow, these discrimination and these segregation laws. Nobody would argue that it affected us more than anybody else who were affected, like the Irish and Italian, or whoever else. We were the main targets. A fool will argue that. But here we are now. Nope. Boatload of immigrants, all different nationalities, ethnicities, and now it's the early bird gets the worm. And then you got systemic racism within those seats, right? That's determining who gets assistance and who does not. Remember, they made FBA DOS women the welfare queen when we didn't even get welfare. Like they made us the welfare queen when we couldn't even get welfare. White women were taking advantage of ADC, AFDC, and welfare. Okay, we were not getting it. We couldn't qualify because of our work history. We had domestic work, we had agriculture work, and they literally made those type of works ineligible to qualify for government assistance. Okay. So we couldn't get access to this assistance, this welfare, but they made us the welfare queen anyway. So with that huge negative stereotype, when we're in line along with every other, when we're in line and we see all of these new immigrants, all different backgrounds, all different parts of the world in line, the stereotype is on us. So systemic racism is going to play its hand. They're going to look at us in line and think we're just lazy, trying to take over the system, try to get over the system. And, there's something there. And that's to this day, like people, that's how they feel to this day when Black folks go to get assistance. They prejudge like a mother. So we were being denied then, even with all these laws that says you can't do that. But because racism is systemic, people do it without even thinking. Again, like systemic means that I'm not even trying to do it. And that's the difference between white supremacy and systemic racism. That's why I said we should say the words systemic racism, because white supremacy is an ill intent. Like it's a conscious it's a conscious decision to practice this racial profiling, discrimination. I'm doing it because I am a white supremacist. But when it's systemic, I'm doing it not because I'm a white supremacist, because this could be Indian, Asian. I'm doing it because I believe the stereotypes. I believe you're trying to get over it. So I got this feeling about you that's not inherent. It's just, propaganda. I think you're trying to get over it on the system. So I'm going to make it harder. So you don't have your license, no problem. Normally, all you need is this and that, and you're good. But because you ain't got your license, I'm going to say you got to get your license. Now, you really don't need it, but I'm going to make you get yours before we help you out. You come back for whatever you need, all of a sudden the funding is ran out. You got low funding, you got to wait. That's the type of stuff that was happening with us. Okay. So because we were replaceable, we were under the category as minorities. Minorities are replaceable by other minorities. And a minority is literally everybody but a white straight man. A minority is everybody but a white heterosexual man. He's the only person who can't be called a minority. So mass immigration at all has never been a friend to us. Has never been a friend to us. That's why, let me show you this. That's why you have Black leaders early in New York with the name of A. Philip Randolph, who was totally against immigration. He wasn't against immigrants. He wasn't against immigration, overall. He thought it was a wrong time to do it now because Black folks are starting to make waves. We are starting to get labor laws passed, child labor laws passed, wages up, So we're getting the union. So we're getting things done for us. So we want to take advantage of it. But you can't do that when you got all these Ellis Island immigrants coming over, because now they're taking advantage of it. Just like, so again, we fight for laws. Yeah, nobody talk about that. The union laws, the labor laws, the child labor laws, all those things over there, the equal wages. We fought for that alongside the Italians, right? But it was both of us. It was never the Italians by themselves. They're lying. They don't know history. So we were there, and they can't prove that, by the way. I can give you a name, A. Philip Randolph. Okay, so that's what we were doing. So again, the laws are passed, and we can't really take advantage of it. Here comes the influx of immigrants. So every time we do something where laws are passed or we get some land, get some paper, here comes the immigrants. So white supremacists, right? I could say white supremacists now because they are intentionally doing it, undermining us every chance they get. That's why it's important to be irreplaceable. We were wise enough to say, you know what? This aggregation, delineation is a great thing. ADOS, FBA DOS, and even people who are taking back freedmen. These are terms that make you irreplaceable. You want to be African American? Well, so was that person from a different lineage. You want to be Black American only? Okay, so is that person from a different lineage. You want to be black, so is that person from a different lineage. You want to be African, so is that person from a different lineage. Okay, there's nothing exclusive about those terms that eliminates everybody but yourself. And without an exclusive term to identify your ethnicity, you become replaceable. So a guy like former President Barack Obama can become president and be called the first black president, which he was. But don't forget, the word black in America had took on a context where it became synonymous with black Americans. So you don't have to say black America. You just say black, and now it's already understood it was us, black Americans. The same thing with well, that's just it. So black American, black, the word black became synonymous with us. So when Obama was running for president, he's a black man, right? But we know he's not black like us. So it became tricky. It became tricky because half of us in barbershop talks like, yo, he's not black. But people be like, he is black in every sense. So it's kind of confusing because we couldn't really articulate, but we're saying he's not black like us. Like that's what we were trying to say. And they'll be like, well, how he's not black like you? He's black. And it's like, well, so some people got wise enough to say, well, he didn't experience, the black experience, or he don't have, like he's not a descendant of slaves. So let me give you two case in points. Let me first give you A. Philip Randolph. All right, I gotta do that because you gotta know how you felt about immigration at the time they were being successful passing these labor laws, and he was successful to create the first black union. All right, so when they found out about this Ellis Island thing, like they're like, oh, what's going on? Okay, watch this. Watch this.
Instead of reducing immigration to 2% of the 1890 quota, we favor reducing it to nothing. We favor shutting out the Germans from Germany. Instead of reducing immigration to 2% of the 1890 quota, we favor reducing it to nothing. We favor shutting out the Germans from Germany, the Italians from Italy, the Hindus from India, the Chinese from China, and even the Negroes from the West Indies. This country is suffering from immigrant indigestion. It is
okay. So as you can see, this is A. Philip Randolph, 1924, right in Marcus Garvey's face. He's saying, yo, we favor shutting out. Who favor? We, the black Americans, right? FBA does. We favor shutting out all of these immigrants, right? We don't have anything against them, but not right now. We got something going. Let us get our feet wet. Let us establish ourselves, and then it's whatever. But every time we get something going on, they undermine us in one way or another, and often it's an influx of immigrants. That's how the white supremacists play their hand. Okay. So watch this. So now that's 24, right? So when he's talking all this Pan-Africanist BS, you gotta stop. That was not how we were talking like that. That's something Garvey was talking like. But we were talking about what he was talking about. All right. We were trying to, survive and get things popping for ourselves. We were not caping for nobody else. Not that we didn't have a problem with anybody else, but we knew we had to get right first. Okay. Just like Liberia. So like the Liberian government rejected Marcus Garvey's idea of bringing a whole bunch of UNIA scamming folks over there to the country, because he said all you're going to do with that many people is just challenge the Liberians for in politics for power. That's like common sense. So the Liberians were like, nah, don't bring them over here. And that's exactly why, one of the main reasons why the Liberian president was like, nah, don't come over here. Garvey, you're not going to come over here and undermine the Liberians and try to take over or fight for power. Okay. So, no. Let me see her name. What is her name? Maybe I spelled it wrong. I spelled the last name wrong. I didn't put the. I don't know what I typed. There we go. I don't know what I typed. This is what I want you guys to see. So I want you to understand this interview is you see the number right here, it's 2007. So now we are in 2025. So when trolls make it about Tariq Nasheed, oh, he's a grifter, he just that, y'all dummies, y'all just in a cult, y'all worshipers. 18 years ago, you could blame Debra Dickerson. Okay. Oh, he stole from Yvette. No, well, they all stole from Debra Dickerson. All right. This is 18 years ago. Yeah, and now nobody stole from nobody. Like, we're just, evolving ideas. That's what you do as a lineage. But the haters, the trolls that want to cause division amongst us, don't let it happen. Don't sit here on public platforms debating ADOS. Don't sit on against FBAs. Don't sit on public platforms debating FBA. Yo, they want you to fight, to interfight. They do not want you to call them out. The white supremacists, trolls, tethers, enemies, they want you to infight. Yeah, well, Yvette said this. Well, Tariq said this. And you can't fall for that, because all they're going to do is get their popcorn. And while y'all doing inner fighting, because again, it doesn't matter what Yvette believes. ADOS stands for American Descendants of Slaves. That's you. It doesn't matter what Tariq Nasheed believes. FBA stands for Foundational Black Americans. That's you. And whoever is trying to run with the freedmen, it don't matter what they believe personally, a freedman is you. So that means we're not tied to their personal beliefs. They are a human being like us. They're part of the lineage like you and I are. Okay, so they got the right to believe in something. They got the right to like blue is their favorite color or even yellow. What's that got to do with me? I got my own opinion. They might vote red, they might vote green, they might vote blue, they might not vote at all. What's that got to do with me? So just because they're part of my lineage doesn't mean that I'm part of everything they believe. We are not a monolith. So 2007, listen to this.
Debra Dickerson. Ms. Dickerson, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Is Barack Obama black?
No, he's not.
Okay, stop. You see? I'm telling you, I remember in the barbershop. So we were arguing he's not black. That's because he's clearly black. But in our mind, black was synonymous with Black American. It was like a shortcut. So instead of saying Black American, we just say black. I'm black and I'm proud. The Nation of Islam, the black man is God. The black. We didn't have to say American because we were pretty much in the country by ourselves. The black population was very, very tiny at that time. When I say black, I'm talking about the black foreigner population. The black immigrant class was very, very tiny at the time of Elijah Muhammad and the James Browns. It was tiny. It didn't grow. The black immigrant population didn't grow until about 1990. Okay, so the word black was already established to be synonymous with Black American. Okay, so that's how we talk, you know. So now, when you say you're black, we're saying he's not black, and that's confusing people because they're like, well, he is black. But what we really meant was he's not Black American. Okay, but we didn't have any delineating terms. So she's going to try to like explain it, and it's going to kind of confuse white folks, but then they get it.
Is Barack Obama black?
No, he's not. In the American political context, black means the son of West Africa, the descendant of West African slaves brought here to labor.
So I told you, so she's giving you context. She's saying, well, when we say black, there's a context that goes with it. And when we say black, we're talking about people who come from West Africa that came here as descendants of slaves, and they have a lineage here that leads up to myself. So now that was something we knew, but other folks, they didn't understand that because they aren't within our culture. Like we got cultural things that we know. Like, for example, like a certain word could come out, a new word could come out, a new slang word could come out. All we got to do is hear it being used once or twice, and we know exactly how to use it. But other folks would be, they got to wait 2, 4, 6, 7 years later before they start saying cat and things like that. But once we hear it twice, 3 times in context, okay, I got it. It comes to it because that's our culture. Like we have a forever evolving language, which is slang. It evolves. It's a new word every so often. So anyway.
In the United States. It's not a put down. It's not to say that he hasn't suffered. It's not to say that he doesn't have a glorious lineage of his own. It's just to say that he and I, who am descended from West African slaves brought to America, we are not the same. We are not the same. He is an African American. We are not the same.
Okay, you see, so she kind of like wasn't clear on how to differentiate. So she was calling, well, he's an African American. But it's like, but aren't you? I mean, but aren't you guys African American too? Don't you fill that out? So it can get tricky. So and it could trip her up because she just freestyling, but she don't have any delineating terms. So we're like, it's hard to explain to somebody outside the culture, but within the culture, we get it. All right. Okay. So now, look at this. Okay, so I'm waiting on this tether to hit me back. Let's see if he actually follows up. But look at this. So this is the problem. Do not make yourself replaceable. Like, just hilarious.
Who still think he not retired. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Lauren with the latest is flawless. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She got that. I fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how.
That's the problem. Why would you fight to be replaced? That's like we're fighting to be called black, or we're fighting for other black people to be called FBA or ADOS, FBA DOS. It's like, why are you fighting to get replaced? I fought for her that has all this talent and natural professionalism. She got a resume that fits that slot perfectly. I don't fit that. I'm speaking as just hilarious. I don't fit that slot perfectly. I'm a comedian. That girl's a model, writer, actress. She got her resume is like decked out, educated, you dig? So yeah, that is the wrong woman to put in your seat. Like, let's just be real. Like, you have to be smart. Okay. Some of us are good at things, and some of us are better at things. But we know when somebody is him. We know when somebody's her. Okay? And you don't fight to get to her. Like, for example, you see I'm live right now, I'm talking to y'all. Now, let's say this was this smooth talking FBA dude that, no, get your own channel. I'm not going to voluntarily replace myself. I got this old Johnny Cochran talking dude. I got this old Dr. Khalid Muhammad talking dude, some Malcolm X talking dude. Like, dude, I got some old Turk Nasheed talking dude. If you don't get up out of here, man, you ain't about to get no damn interview, no co-host. Go get your own thing, man. Get your own land lot. This is my land right here. Get your own land lot. Yeah, but she fought to get a woman who was in that seat better than her in all aspects. And then it's not like, because now it's 4 of them. That's like awkward because there's always 3. And that's an extra person you got to pay, or somebody got to take a pay cut, you see? So, no, what you do is, what she should have did was get somebody like Monique, an OG in the game. Monique got sense of humor. She's funny, and she's already accomplished. She's not trying to take no spots. She's done. She's probably tired. I'm getting somebody like that. Keisha Cole or somebody. I don't know. I'm trying to get somebody who ain't really, who's like her, like not that experienced. Let me get Keisha Cole up here. Keisha, what you doing? You want to fill in me while I go on this, pregnant, whatever? I'm not getting no Ashanti, anybody. I'm not getting no. I'm getting somebody with dry humors, right? Ashanti, yo, can you come on here? Shit, Michelle Obama. Her show boring as hell. Hey, Michelle, you want to take my spot for a couple weeks? Because I know I'm getting that spot back from you. Yeah, so that was a big mistake.
Yes, it is. She got that. I fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how long it's gonna take for a motherfucker to confirm that. But yeah, it's like that. I started saying shit on air. Like I said, I don't know if y'all really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really listen to that shit 6 a.m. or whatever.
Okay, so that's it right there on her, on that segment. She fought to get replaced. And that's why it's this live is called, you gotta be irreplaceable. You gotta stand out. You gotta differentiate, you gotta delineate, you gotta stand out. So I'm gonna touch on this in a second right here. Okay, this right here in a second. I don't even want to show the words because, listen, YouTube, I just came off a 20-day suspension off some goofy stuff, like what ain't justified. YouTube, and I already been warned with the academics thing, what he was alleged with. Everybody got flagged for that. It's like, what? So they don't really want you talking about KIDS like that on YouTube. Okay, can y'all spell? They don't really like you to talk about KIDS like that on YouTube. So that's why yesterday I had the backup link to I had the link to my backup channel yesterday. I might do it again today so you guys can stay in tune, because I got suspended for 20 days and it was reinstated yesterday. And normally you get an email or something explaining what happened. I got absolutely nothing. So we know that was like just straight BS why I got suspended. It's like, what was the reason? And I appealed it. So who knows? Who knows what YouTube is doing right now with this channel? So if you don't have the link to the backup channel, you might want to ask for that so I can provide it, and stay in tune. Okay, because like I said before, when you get flagged, there's a lot of things, negative things that come with that, which is like shadow ban, and like it's just negative stuff that comes from that. Like you won't be in the feeds like that. Because before I got suspended, this channel was moving. Folks was over here, live chat, 60, 100 deep. So I got to build it back up. But the shadow ban gonna make it challenging. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this one a little later. I'm gonna be a little delicate. with that. Be delicate with that. But that kind of goes to my debate I had with Unfocused. Okay. We contradict ourselves. We give ourselves double standards and we live on hypocrisy and we just don't want to acknowledge it. We don't want to acknowledge it. All right. So, okay. Now, let me get into a video. Okay. Because for some reason, FBA, putting FBA as your title for non-FBAs is how they get litty. Right. So they love to put our name in the title to get litty. So, before I do that, watch this right here. Before I do that, let's get some tea.
So I don't really have a relationship with my dad. As you guys can see, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, if not build a relationship, at least have a conversation, because I do have a lot of questions to ask him.
Yeah, I see that. And yeah, and that's what drew me to this conversation with you, because I can see.
So this is Dr. Umar's daughter. I never watched this. The interviewer, as you can listen to him, he's like very dry and boring. And what I don't like is I don't like interviewers who are like, what you need journalists like myself. I'm a YouTube journalist. I'm a self-proclaimed YouTube journalist. A real journalist is not going to baby you, is not going to coddle you. A real journalist is going to ask you the tough questions, because they have to bring out what's needed to get out of you to get the well-rounded story. So he's coddling her. Now, she claimed that she wanted $3,000, $10,000 per interview. I doubt if he gave her a cup of coffee. Okay. Now, I will say this. I went to her IG. It did, well, her last two videos blew up. So using her dad as a sacrificial lamb, it kind of worked, because one of her videos got like 500,000 and the next one got 182. The last two was 500,000 and 182,000. Now, she is a comedian. So when she said she was a comedian, she is a comedian, right? That's what she do. That's what she does. Like, I don't know how good she is, but she gets, way before she exposed her dad, she sacrificed her dad, she was getting 1,000 views on Instagram. So people were watching and enjoying her content. 1,000 here, 1,700 there. She got no twerk videos, so she's not really trying to sell herself. She's really behaving on her channel like a comedian. She got other comedians on there, not well known, but when she said she was a comedian, I thought she was like, Jocelyn. But nah, she's really, she's trying to be, or she is a comedian. She wasn't capping. Okay.
I hate to say this, but I can see your questions and I can see a little bit of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just be a little bit. But I remember personally growing up, and my dad had a different family, and that made me angry, because he had a whole.
I do not like that. The interview didn't even get started, and he's talking about himself. My boy, please extract information out of her. Okay, you know that I'm there watching your channel, not because of you and your content, and not that it's bad, but I'm not interested in you and your content. I'm only there because you have an interview with Anissa, Dr. Umar Johnson, daughter. Now, I think her middle name is Abdullah. I think her middle name is Abdullah, Anissa Abdullah, because this guy called her that by mistake, and because that's how he was introducing her, and she's like, "Nah, just call me Nisa." So I believe her name is Anissa Abdullah, whatever her last name is. I don't know her last name, but anyway.
Whole different family, but I couldn't.
Yes, correct.
Can you talk about that relationship a little bit? If you
Yes,
wouldn't mind.
so my stepfather has been in my life since I've been a little girl. He's came to multiple graduations, birthday parties, whatever you name it. He's been there. And we have a pretty cool relationship. We don't really talk every day. We kind of talk here and there. But yeah, he's been in my life. So he's definitely taken on the father role that Umar clearly couldn't do. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. And you say you're grateful, and that's the thing I want people to understand about fatherhood. Sometimes, you know, I have
I don't
been
want to hear
other
her. None of your
thing because
stories.
Um, as far as where we stand, I'm not going to say I want a relationship because I'm not forcing anything, and I feel like I've reached out to him several times, and I also brought it to the internet, so I know that he's seeing that I'm trying to reach out to him, and he's clearly not wanting to reach back out, which is okay. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything. And I really wouldn't say that I'm angry. I'm just more so disappointed. Can you repeat the last question that you said? I'm sorry. I think I went off on a tangent.
yeah, I think no, you answered the question. So the question was just like why now? Yeah, why now?
Yes. So the reason why I came out about this now, and I actually had a lot of people ask me the same question. I was trying to reach out to him regarding my sister. He has another child. She's 13 years old. She's younger than me. And I asked him, do you have her number? Do you have any way of contact for me to be able to call her? Because I have a sister. I want to know who she is. I want to have a conversation with her.
Now, Umar, he did seem a little upset that she wanted to know her other side. You know, he didn't seem too happy about that.
Because that's my sibling. And so he ignored me. And I think he ignored me because he doesn't have a relationship with her either. He's not in her life either. I don't know if you guys recall, but Umar just came out with a video saying that he's going to put his second child's mother on blast because he claims that the mom is keeping him away from her, which I completely disagree with that. I just think he's not there. I'm pretty sure the same thing that happened with me is the same thing that's happening with her. He's an absent father. So I came out about it because I was trying to find my sister, and I'm so happy that I did. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that his daughter's brother. So my sister's.
Wait, hold on. How's he a bad father when his name is Papa? You would think if your acronym is Papa, you got to be the best dad in the world. He's the best clinical psychologist in the world.
Brother on my dad's side reached out to me on Instagram and got me in contact with their mom. And I believe it only took a day. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember, but I have her contact information. So that's awesome.
Wow. So you were trying to find, yeah, I understand that too. That you want to find your sibling.
Story,
I was like, damn, if you know, well, I mean, he's still, support.
They're his supporters, or if they're just feel like I'm clout chasing or trying to get money out of the situation. But I also have had a lot of positive messages, where people have told me, like, I'm so happy that you came out about this, whatever he's doing is wrong. And I'm just glad that you're speaking your truth. So it's a little bit of everything, but I think that the positive will always outweigh the bad no matter what. And I try not to pay attention to the negative comments because at the end of the day, he's my dad. I'm not doing this for clout. I don't need clout. And a lot of the people on the internet don't even know the situation. They just want a piece of it. They're just nosy. They want to know what's going on. And so that's why I don't pay it any mind.
Yeah. And they also want a piece of you too. Like, how many requests for interviews have you received since 3 weeks ago?
A lot.
How many have you turned down?
I've turned down one.
Okay. You turned down. Okay. So yeah, you're and I would say get your.
You turned down one. Was that the one that Umar requested?
Get your money, black woman. Get everything because what they're getting is your story. And I'm glad that you're here because I have 3 kids.
And not your story though.
I have community isn't just our ability.
Very common.
Okay. Let's go ahead and speak on that for it.
Yes, so there are a lot of people that do not have their fathers in the Black community. And I think that a lot of it has to do with history. Back in the day, a lot of Black men got pulled away from the homes, and it just kind of created a pattern and repeated itself. I feel like if you have a child out there, especially a daughter, Daughters need their fathers, and so do young men. Because how are we going to go out into the world and navigate and build certain relationships with certain people? If you're a young lady and you don't even have your dad in your life, how do you know how you're supposed to be treated by a man when you go out into the world and you start to date and you start to build certain relationships? There's certain.
I will say both parents got to consider that, not just the dad or the mom. But you know, unfortunately, a lot of pregnancies are unwanted. What do I mean? A lot of pregnancies are as a result of casual sex. They don't know each other. They don't like each other really like that. They just, I got one thing in common, sex. And they don't wear proper protection and things like that. And they don't exercise other preventable ways to, you know, not have a kid, right? So now there's a kid born from two individuals who necessarily was never in a relationship. That happens a lot. So, and they don't see themselves as a father and mother because it's like, hey, I never dreamed about being one to this individual. So that goes both ways. It takes two. Both have to want to be together. And like I said, there's a lot of, you know, reckless sex going on. So as a result, a lot of unwanted, unwedded babies.
And things that your dad didn't teach you. So you either find it from the outside world or you go on the internet and just try to find, you know, answers from other people, which isn't always the best thing to do.
Right, right. I keep trying to turn my camera on and it is not cooperating with me. But that's a good point about if they'll go out somewhere.
Each of them have different perspectives. And I think that when you have that two-parent household, you just grow up seeing the world in a different way. A lot of us have trauma and a lot of us don't really know how it feels to have both parents in the household, whether that's because of domestic violence or whether it's because the parents didn't work out. I feel that even if you and, you know, another person didn't work out, you should still make the effort to be in your child's life. Child support does not help me at all. That's going to my mother. That's not going to me. And once I pass the age of 18, I'm no longer a minor. I'm an adult. So what is that doing for me? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, dang. That's a revelation. That's interesting because it's called child support. All right, interesting.
You weren't there. You gave me no type of support. And even in this situation, you really showed me your true colors, because I just don't really agree with what he's saying online. You're supposed to be the bigger person, but I feel like I have to be the bigger person. I have to take the backlash because
no offense, but your dad promised Black people across the world that he will build a university for Black boys. And we're 14, 15 years in, it's not there. So if you could just see that and know your father got some issues. And every year he's saying, this is the year we're going to open the FDMG school doors. By the way, Marcus Garvey was a Pan-Africanist, right? That's the MD to the school. But the FD, the Frederick Douglass, he was not a Pan-Africanist. He was a Pan-Americanist. He was a Pan-foundational Black Americanist. He believed in living in America and being called America. He is one of the early founders of the term African American, right? Frederick Douglass. So he wanted to be called American way in the 1800s.
Somebody didn't show up and do their part.
Actually, wasn't it like 17? I said 18. That was like 1792, I think. So I think that was before the 1800s when Frederick. I got to fact check myself, but I think that was 1792. Let me fact check myself.
I want to leave it right there. I want to continue because this is where you're at right now.
Name and gain money on the internet is you're susceptible to all different types of not only hate comments, but people trying to use you for use you for clickbait, number one, people trying to use your name and gain money off of the situation. I've seen so many people post videos on YouTube without my consent. I understand it's out there now, so it's like, what can I really do? But a lot of people are really trying to make a profit or make gain off of your story, your situation. The only reason why I brought it to the public was
that's what happens when you make it public. Okay? So everybody listening now to my voice, if you make your business public on social media, you just gave strangers access to it to, make videos if they want to.
was because he was ignoring me. What else could I have done? I don't have any other link to him or his family besides him. He's the only link that I have. So I had to do what I had to do. And
guess what? I ain't mad at you, Tupac. It worked. If your dad's annoying you and you know your dad has a huge ego, yes, you call him out publicly. You tell your truth, and it's going to bruise his ego. And what he do? He responded 4 or 5 times. So that actually worked. So that was brilliant.
there's something positive that came out of the situation. I found my sister.
And I think that's very dynamic because, again, this is, in my personal belief, and he said, I think
No,
it should have been made public. Who did, and to find out that they're not taking care of their own, brought out, because what that community. And when you say show your true,
Calling me baby Smurf, calling my mom Mama Smurf, like you're just it's childish. We should be.
yeah. Umar was wilding with that. When he said baby Smurf, mama Smurf, I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, when you say stuff like that, you're playing. You are definitely playing. You're not serious.
Be able to have an adult conversation. I'm an adult at this point. You could have reached out to me and said, you know what? I would have respected him so much more if he would have came to the public and said, you know what? I apologize, Anissa. I was not an active father in your life for so and so years, but I want to make a difference moving forward.
He actually did say that, but it was years ago, and it was not to you. But he didn't apologize to you. He apologized to his supporters and fans. I gotta say fans, that's what they are. He apologized towards his fans about not being a good father to you. So it wasn't to you or to your mom. It was more so towards his fans. And I'll give you the clip.
You didn't do that. Instead, you tried to deflect from the situation and not take accountability. And that's what I have a problem with, because everything that I came to the internet and said was the truth. I never got on here and lied. I wouldn't even have had to brought it to the internet had you responded to me. But you want
to wait. You got to say it's your truth, right? Because look, check this out. So Donnie could be giving me $400 a month, okay? And I believe Donnie is supporting me, right? That's my truth. But Donnie could be getting the money from Pablo, right? And it's forwarding to me. So Pablo can be like, yo, Donnie, I don't have, Pablo's pseudo as hell. So Pablo could be like, yo, I don't have any, electrical way to support Unbiased Ron podcast. So I'm going to just send you the money, you send it to him. You see? So my truth is that Donnie is one of my biggest supporters. He's $400 a month. But the truth is that it's not Donnie, it's actually Pablo. So that's why it's important to say your truth until you have all of the facts. And she don't have all the facts because she was a little kid. When you're a little kid and it's a parent dispute, you have no idea who's right or wrong. The best you can do is hear both stories, and then you could do your best with both stories. But that's the only thing I would say to that.
wanted to ignore me, so that's what I did.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, your hands were tied. I mean, and I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But I think you shocked him. You shocked the world, really. Because again, not many people.
All right, so that's enough. I don't want to keep going on with that. All right, so now that was just like a update. If anybody wants to know where that was going, so it looks like that's winding down. Okay, that is winding down, and I want to get to more of a important address. Okay, so again, like a lot of Black immigrants, they like to put FBAs, in their title, right? And let me just show you a few. All right, like almost every video they put out is FBA, and it's always negative, and they won't actually talk to an FBA because the first thing I'm gonna do is say, hey man, you want to speak? Can you? Like, I'm gonna show you. Oh, matter of fact, the other guy's perfect. Okay, so let me do this real fast. So, and like somebody, like I'll go and watch their videos to see what angle they're coming with. Some of the angles are just stupid. It's just really just stupid. I can't say any better word. It's just stupid. There's one guy. Wait, let me show you his video title. Just a stupid title. Like, well, what are you doing, bro? All right, let me show you. It's right here. Now, I invited this guy over to my channel to speak, and this guy refused to come. He denied me so many times, made up all these excuses. This guy right here. You see the name Kofi? All right. Now, look at the title. Are all white people evil? Cultural differences between FBA and diaspora. So I was like, bro, the culture is easy. We're American, you're not. But I said, when you come over here, you could be Americanized, and now we share the same culture. You're into hip hop, you're into like a lot of things we do. Now we sharing the same culture. But I said, okay, your life is over. The difference in culture is that we're American, you're not. Wherever you're from, that's your culture. So he went to say, well, and everything is about Tariq Nasheed. So now, even though we're not a monolith, they don't buy that. We are a monolith, and they believe we're just Tariq Nasheed slaves. Right? Anything he says, we do. We go with it. We're not free thinkers. We're not brilliant in our own right. We're just blindless slaves, blind followers, not blindless, blindfold followers of Tariq Nasheed, where he's forever slave. Okay, so the live was just, as you can see, FBA is in their title, trash. I say, hey man, when are we gonna talk? You don't want to talk. This other guy with a weak name won't come. Now I will play this video right here. This video I will play. Okay. Now I don't know what the hell this is right here. This little shirt he got. But listen to this fool right here. Matter of fact, did he write me back? Nope. So you see, he's right here. I said, can I invite you onto my podcast for a short interview? I want to close the gap between FBAs and Black immigrants, and y'all are our family. Right? I want to see, he said, Yahoo. So I responded. Double. Okay. I could have sworn I already replied to this, but I'll do it again. Okay. Now listen to this guy.
Tether, coming right up. So, if I were a tether, coming right up.
Okay.
What?
That's his name. Common logic reason. Brother, listen, you gotta get this right. You gotta get this font right. That's so cheesy. Common sense, logic, reason. CLR. Listen to his common sense.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So before I start, I have a correction. Now, I always talked about a tether, and
Yo, why do Black immigrants purposely redefine the word tether? Like it's kryptonite for them to like say it the right way. It's like it's like it just self-incriminates them if they just define it the right way.
spoke on what a tether is. And I see that a tether is a Black person who moved to America from another country. And what oftentimes happens is that when they do this, they'll group themselves around other Blacks who move from that same country in the community. And as a result of this, they have a tendency to hold on to a lot of the traditions, a lot of the customs and celebrations of that country. And therefore, they're tethered to those traditions and customs. Well, as it turns out, that's actually not what a tether is. I was wrong on that. I was incorrect. A tether is a Black person who comes to this country and then they latch on to everything that are FBAs or what I call BBAs. Everything that FBAs fought for in this country to give Black
folks. What is BBAs? Like how do you do that? How does one, like, that's like, you got the LGBTQIA plus community, right? That's what they call themselves. Like, how can I say, yeah, the LGBT community, but I call them the CCTW? What? That don't make any sense. I call them, no, call us what we want to be called. I call them, but he don't define BBA. Okay, so what is BBA?
Folks' freedom and rights. FBA's fought for in this country to give Black folks freedom and rights. And they latch on to those freedom and rights that American Blacks who were born here fought for it. And that's what they call a tether, that these Black folks are tethering to what Blacks born here did and what Blacks born here fought for. That's what an actual tether is.
Yo, where are they getting these definitions, man? My God, is it that hard to just, oh my God. Where are they getting these definitions? Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. Where are they getting these definitions of a tether? How many times where did Tariq have to explain what a tether is? Oh boy. All right. First of all, that's a good video right there. But let me get the tether video. It's embarrassing. Let me find my tether video. Here we go. Right here. Definition of a tether. And then he spelled it wrong. They put an A after the E, like leather. Like, I was like, yo, what? Like, then they say tether. Go, what's a tether? Like, oh, I don't know what a tether is. You tell me. Any day now. Any day now. All right, let me do it there. So I'm gonna do the white couple later.
Go ahead.
What Tarek Nasheed was selling 6 months ago. What Tarek Nasheed was selling 3 months ago.
That's not it. I don't know why I was on that one. Okay, I might look a little funny. Not the one. Okay. No, so this video was like the guy speaking. I was saying he is the definition of a tether. He was saying some stupid stuff. So that's why it's titled like that. All right. We got the government song right here. Okay. But let's get that definition out in the front. I don't know why it's so hard for people to just quote it correctly. Or, you know what I'm gonna do? So even, look, even academics was lying about, I'm gonna play academics misrepresentation of what the word tether is. Like it just, so now I'm gonna play my definition that I gave Lord Jamar, because Lord Jamar was misrepresenting the word tether. Okay, so I sent him a super chat. Listen, yeah, I support other channels. I send them money. So, hoping that it comes back my way. Shorty swing my way type stuff. All right, let me go here. Because he was misrepresenting tether, so I had sent him a donation to read it. Here, right there. So that's me. That's my old name, Unbiased Sports, Gloves Off. I now changed it to Unbiased Ron because I had the boxing gloves and the sports, but I never talked sports, and people were getting confused. Like, am I at the right channel? So that's why I had enough of it. I just took it off. That's like NBA, Native Black Americans. It's just too much explanation. Look, just FBA, that's better. So I just took the gloves off, took the sports off, and Unbiased Ron podcast. Real simple. All right. So, Lord Jamar, this library, I could watch a video. You'll see him misrepresent tether the entire video, and it was cringeworthy. So I sent him a donation so you can read. Okay. Here we are.
Unbiased Sports, gloves off. Thank you again. He said, tether equal black immigrants that undermine FBAs. Not all black immigrants undermine us, our tethers. There you go. Which answers your question about Minister Farrakhan.
Okay, because the dude asked, was Minister Farrakhan a tether? And Lord Jamar said yes. Pretty much he said yes, because he's thinking all black immigrants are tethers. I was like, no, bro, don't put that fake news out. So I just couldn't take it. So he understood then, and he did good, because he did an interview somewhere else, and he did a great job in that interview when it got to the word tether and things like that. He did a great job in that interview. All right, I ain't gonna cap. But that's why I'm glad I sent this, because now when he was to explain tether in the second interview, he did it the correct way, and it was very good interview. All right. Now, before I play this, I want to play academics lying again. Like they just can't be honest what a tether is, which makes them a tether.
Whatever. Like, I'm still black, and whether people like Tariq would want to box people like me out the paint, I support him and I love him, and I love people, everybody that's black. There's obviously some traditional traditions that are different. There's some cultural slight differences, but at the end of the day, we also got to think about the macro perspective. When we walk outside, they look at me as black, they look at Tariq as black, right? So I kind of look at it as a little bit divisive, but I'm not going to knock him because maybe he has a goal, right?
So here we go with the divisive. Everybody just sees it as divisive. I mean, in a way, it is divisive, but it's not in the way where it's negative. Okay, we're not saying everybody get away from us. That's divisive. We're not saying that. We're saying we're cornering off some land for ourselves. When you identify yourself, what did Malcolm X say about a name? Okay, which I'm gonna YouTube it.
Now, what that has turned into is just like, I don't know. It's like really like, it's like classic. It's like classic. I won't call it racism, but it's it's what happens to make sure that the lower class don't get to fuck with the people in power. The way how you don't get the people who aren't in power to fuck with the people in power, you get them to fight with each other.
Stupid stuff. Okay, so I want Malcolm X explaining the importance of a name, but it wasn't. I didn't want the first one where he's like, "What's your name?" Oh, I don't know my name. I didn't want that one. I think it's this one right here. I think it's this one. And maybe it's not.
Mr. O'Connor.
What is your real name?
Oh yeah, this
Malcolm. Malcolm
but,
X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
Have you been to court to establish that you are?
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith.
And yeah, you can look at this as FBA. Like, hey, did you go to court to call yourself? No, we're FBA. No, what is your real name? He's like, no, my real name is FBA. No, did you go to court to establish that? We didn't go to court to establish color or Negro. All right? Or Nigger.
Excuse me for answering you this way.
That's
if
all right.
a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you would look at him like he's insane because
Right.
Murphy is an Irish name.
And if a Black American gives you an African name, you would look at him like he's just insane, bonkers. It's like, oh, how you got an African name? Wait, so where you from? America? No, I mean like second generation. No, I'm nothing. I've been here my entire lineage. So, like, look how they get on Tariq Nasheed by his name, Tariq. Oh, you Muslim? So yes, it's important. That's the bottom line. But that's not the video I wanted. He has another one explaining the importance of a name. But I don't think I'm gonna find that on the fly. Yeah. All right, so let's go here. What is this? What is this clip? No, okay, that's just me. All right, let's go here.
But the thing is, there's a mixture. We are a mixture. What makes us foundational Black Americans, that we're mixed with the indigenous and we're mixed with the Africans who were brought over during the slave trade. And then we had an ethnogenesis. So we became a whole new ethnic group. And that ethnic group was the foundation of the United States, making our ethnic group indigenous to the United States, because we're the first ethnic group of what would become the United States. Who built it? We built this thing from scratch. So that makes us indigenous. Unlike the Europeans who came from somewhere else, we were created here. Our ethnogenesis is here. But the thing is, there's a mixture. We are a mixture. What makes us foundational Black Americans, that we're mixed with the indigenous and we're mixed with the Africans who were brought over during the slave trade. And then we had an ethnogenesis. So we became a whole new ethnic group. And that ethnic group was the foundation of the United States, making our ethnic group indigenous to the United States, because we're the first ethnic group of what would become the United States. Who built it? We built this thing from scratch. So that makes us indigenous. Unlike the Europeans who came from somewhere else, we were created here. Our ethnogenesis is here. But the thing is,
okay, so again, it's important not to be replaceable. Okay, Jess Hilarious, she self-admitted that she chose her replacement and then got mad when they replaced her. That it's like, how do you brag about choosing your replacement and then get mad when she actually does that? She did what you chose her to do. She replaced you. Please, Buckhorse, Claude, the family, you dig? We just heating up right now. So, let me not belabor. Let's get into some tether battle, okay? This is going to upset some of y'all. So, what they call it, trigger warning. Okay, she got a whole cartoon after herself. Look at this stuff. And they call us narcissists.
Independent, strong as.
It's actually like a cool little cartoon. I ain't gonna lie. Yes. Okay, get the other one. Longer intro.
You may not know this, but there is a growing sentiment among some groups of Black Americans, namely those who refer to themselves as American descendants of slaves and foundational Black Americans, that I and other
y'all be arguing about ADOS, FBA. They see we are the same, and they see us as the same. What? What? Close that. Let me see. Close that. Throw in the garbage. Close it. Right here. Close that. Yeah, so she kind of shocked me when I clicked this video because she didn't say she didn't say FBA only. When she said ADOS first, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. she want when you say FBA and ADOS, you want real smoke. When you say FBA and ADOS, oh, you want some real smoke. All right, listen to this thing here.
Other Black people of Caribbean and or African origin are not Black, that we do not identify as Black in our own country.
You hear this? Ma'am, are you referring to Debra Dickerson, 2007? Or are you talking about, well, she said ADOS and FBA. When do we say Black immigrants? We call them Black immigrants. We call them Black foreigners. How do we call you guys? We don't always say the diaspora. We don't always say Africa. I consistently say Black immigrants, Black foreigners. Okay? So again, like these guys, there's something in their brain. That's why they're tethers, some of them. Okay, so the tether, no. So some Black immigrants get it right away, right? But the ones that can't get it, these are the tethers, like her, okay? The academics, like they act like they can't get a simple concept. Oh, they act like we're not Black. When does ADOS or FBA say Black foreigners, Black immigrants are not Black? We're calling them Black immigrants. We're calling them Black foreigners. We agree Obama was the first Black president. We agree that Kamala Harris is Black. So where's this echo chamber coming from? So of course, you know, people lit her chat up. Now the last woman, I was trying to find her video so bad. She like a mulatto. She like supposed to be mixed, Jamaican mixed, FBA, some crazy mix. But she made a similar video and they lit her chat up. We had a dialogue in the comment section because again, I'm trying to invite her and she just declined. And I was trying to find her video to show you guys and she took it down because all of the comments. So these tethers, they make videos like this and they can't take the heat. So I'm going to read the comments, but I will give my own comment to invite her to. Now, she got a little large platform. It's got 56,000 views. She got 151,000 subscribers. Good numbers. But it's only because she put the title that. She made that the title. Let me see how her numbers really are. Because if her views are average 50, 30, that's good. But if they go down, if there are 7,000, that means that she only go viral from putting our stuff in there. Okay, no, she got good views. Okay, all right, so her channel be hitting. Okay, she got good views. She got better views than who is that clout chasing clown? So she does good numbers. Okay. So that's no much. So I really need her now. But listen to this foolishness.
Trees that foundational Black Americans that now, I and other Black.
She just miseducated 56,000 people. And this is their goal. Their goals are to muddy the waters. They all act like tether means something else. They all act like we don't say they're black. And they all act like we deny being African biologically. Like this is all their talking points. And they won't talk to us. Hey, Umar, we have a discussion. They'll keep declining. So you just want to lie. So you just want to lie. Oh, let me get back to this guy first.
Anyway, so if I were a tether, a black person who moved to this country, and I was called a tether by FBAs, well, what would I do? Well, my response to that would be, hell yeah, and what's the point you're making? If, again, don't get mad at me because I'm coming here and I'm taking advantage of the opportunity that your ancestors, not you, but your ancestors fought for. Your ancestors fought for that.
And you hear this nut? He said, your ancestors, not you. When are you never your ancestors? Yo, this dude is a nut. Everybody that has a lineage, when their lineage done something great, they say we did it. Well, what Jewish person was Holocaust? But they're gonna say we were Holocaust by the Nazi regime. Hey, yo, are you serious? Like, this is their weak arguments. It was your ancestors, not you. That's just stupid, man. But his name is Common Sense, Logical, and Reasoning. Bro, what was logical, common sense, and reasonable about that dumbass assessment? Everybody that has ancestors say we did. You are your ancestors. So how are we supposed to say it? And by the way, this is the 1960s. This ain't like our grandfathers was in that. Well, depending how old you are, our grandfather was part of that damn march. Like he's saying ancestor like it's some old pray to our voodoo ancestors some 1,000 years ago. No, you fool. Like, yo, my grandfather was most likely in that march. Never asked him, but because I was young. But yeah. But yeah, my grandfather, like, father, let me see. Father was born in 55, somewhere around there. Yeah, so my grandfather got me born like 1920. Like, what this dude talking? My grandfather be like 40 or 30. That's not an ancestor. And I'm guessing he's supposed to be FBA, and that's why he commented Yahoo. He didn't watch my video. Hell no. You're talking with a list. You're talking very quiet in your own house, and you're spreading misinformation. This ain't something to watch. But now I'll do it now for entertainment.
If those blacks who were not alive, then they ain't fought for nothing. So I'm just taking advantage of what they did. Okay, why don't you take advantage of it? If there's anybody who should want to take advantage of what your ancestors fought for, the fact that they fought that for black people to have freedom and rights in America, if there's anybody who should take advantage of it, it should be you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, now I know he's not coming on. Okay. With that lack of acknowledgement of history, redlining, locked out of wealth for 100 years, no government system. Yeah, I know. And the whole Immigration Act was another undermining attempt. And systemic racism goes on today. Yeah, for him to draw that conclusion, yeah, he's not hopping on over here. I know he's not. Because he knows he's dumb. Okay. He knows he's dumb. And I'm sure the comment section lit him up. Yeah, but he will surprise me if he takes that invitation. He should, because he got all the game. 451 subscribers. And this video got 1,000 views because they was lighting them up. I'm gonna read the comments in this section. Like, nobody watched this because they enjoyed it.
Nobody should want to take no black person or any other race of people who come to this country.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the comments. So now, you see what I did. Hey, let me invite you. Yeah, bro, you don't have the right definition of the word tether. I don't think you understand what a tether is. So everybody like him, but this guy's a tether himself. That's not the definition. You sound remedial. Your mouth is prime example. That's why FBA family is on your bumpers. So everybody lighten him up. Is he commenting? Oh, there's no more. Take it to Noah. Yes. Okay. Hey, chat. Which one y'all good at taxes? Because I had filed my taxes and I did some self. I worked at a job company. I did some self employment work that I didn't put down, and I already filed the taxes. Is there any way I can like add that on later now, or do I got to undo the taxes altogether? Let me know, chat. What are you able for? All right, I'm back. If I sound a little echoey, let me know because I'm not speaking into the iPad like I should. I'll probably get my headset or something. Okay, so the chat lighten them up. First of all, you need to learn the meaning of tether. They lighten them up. So all of his comments, they just lighten this fool up. You honestly don't understand what the word tether means, and you are spreading false information because you're in your emotions. So everybody lighten this fool up. And he's not interested in having a dialogue. All right. Like most of these folks are. Like they'll come on, they'll make videos in their personal space and run. It's like Kofi, the other guy, Bullets, whatever the name is. The only person who had kahunas to pull up was Kelly Truth. But most people are just terrified to have a friendly, sensible, reasonable conversation. Let's get rid of him. I'm gonna go to the sister with all the views with the large channel. Yeah. It's a way. Go through the Department of Justice and do the tax. Because I already filed the taxes and I paid the money and it was sent off. So am I able to like undo it or? Yeah, you know what? Let me just log in after I'm live and I'll check it out. Okay, so let's go to what I really want to play. So this is the video that made me go live. So I discovered this woman last night. I did not watch this. I just heard the beginning of it, and I had stopped and said, "Yeah, this is gonna be good," and I saved it in my playlist.
Black independence and foundational Black Americans among some groups of Black Americans. You may not know this, but there is a growing sentiment among some groups of Black Americans, namely those who refer to themselves as American descendants of slaves and foundational Black Americans, that I and other Black people of Caribbean and or African origin are not Black, that we do not identify as Black in our own country.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know where we're going here. You know, listen, man, you might want to listen to the largest voices in these spaces and don't listen to it, because she could be listening to the other guy. So most likely she watched the video of CLR of what we say, because he so this would be the issue. They be listening to other folks that cosplay as us, and they give the definition of tether and misrepresented, and this dumb bogus argument she got now most likely didn't come from us. She probably watched CLR videos, and she's holding us to these weak arguments. We don't call ourselves Black in our country. Man, we don't give a damn what you call yourself in your country. Why do we care? We don't be over here, yo, those Caribbeans, yo, they don't call themselves Black in their country, man. That's pissing me off. we all in this together. Yo, listen, man, if you call yourself Black in your country, great. If you don't, great. Call yourself what you think you are. Right? That's all we ask. Call yourself what you think you are. And come to America and let us know what you call yourself, and we do that. No problem. You know, you can say you're Jamaican. You can say, hey, I'm not Jamaican. I'm maroon. Okay, all right, the maroon league. Don't matter. Like, what do you want to be called? See, we respect that. What do you want to be called? We got you.
That we don't know racism, that we don't know what it is to be niggas, that the world doesn't see us as niggas in the same way, that we did not know slavery, that we don't know what it's like to live under the weight of white supremacy, of colonization, that we come to America essentially to co-opt their culture, disrespect their struggles, and only then do we start claiming to be Black in order to...
Hey, I don't know where she's getting these arguments from, but we do not believe all Black immigrants, that's their agenda. Okay, I don't know where she's getting this from, but again, she's watching CLR videos, or I don't know, Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know who she's watching, Lord Jamar, but that's not our talking points at all, man.
Supplant them in some way, to steal opportunities that were neither afforded to them as Black Americans, nor us as people incapable of even being second.
This is actually cringe worthy of watching, because it's like pissing me off because she's lying, and I hate to watch videos that is misrepresenting me. And we're only 1 minute in. You know, she got 8 more minutes of this hate campaign, and it's like really just cringe worthy. So, oh my God! And then they say, well, why FBA dots be all over, you know, the Caribbean, Africa, and this is why we're here. I mean, just lying. At least quote our talking points the correct way. Man, you know who Yvette Carnell is. You know who Tone Talks is. You know who Dr. Clark Anderson is. You got 151,000 subscribers. Your views do very well. You know who Tariq Nasheed is. You know who our louder voices is. You know who Professor Truth is. You know TVA. You know these larger voices out there, talking points. There's no way you're listening to CLR and never heard the folks I just mentioned. There's no way.
Class citizens, or we are not citizens at all. They believe that Black Americans are being hindered by the presence of Black immigrants in this country, and that Black Americans should disassociate themselves. I've lived in America for 16 years, beating out the first 15 years of my life that I spent in my home country, the Bahamas. In that time, it has not been my lived experience that Black Americans are exceptionally xenophobic. Before, maybe 3 years ago, I cannot think of a time I heard something as outlandish as discounting the Blackness of the entire Black diaspora. But now it's a sentiment expressed to me in droves each and every day. Every day, I'm a little bit baffled by the train of thought that leads one to conclude that African...
And that's why I got this over here. Make sure you're irreplaceable. Because she's doing what the theme is about. She's trying to replace our talking points with this gibberish. make sure they don't step in front of you. Like, hold on. Make sure they don't step in front of us like this. And their talking points represent what we got going on. Okay, make sure you're irreplaceable. And that's why they say, unbiased, why don't you do a video? No, I got it. Yo, why do you debate these? I have to. Because women like her with a way larger influence is muddying the water. So I have to debate these tethers. Okay? I have to. Because you're going to more likely hear her than me. She is way more influential than I am. Larger podcast, larger views. She reaches more people. So yeah, I have to do what I do. I would love to do other stuff. And I got hella content to do other stuff, but I keep seeing videos like this. And I keep feeling like I gotta stay on their head. You dig? It's important to me. And this is just makes me angry.
Are not black, but Black Americans are black because they descend from slaves who came from Africa. Because
how old is this video? How old? It's only 4 months ago. It's no way in hell. See, if this was 7 years ago, 10 years ago, it's like, all right, okay, maybe. No, not even then. If this was like, about 15 years ago, 18 years ago, okay, maybe, because we was on that because black to us meant Black American. But 4 months ago, ma'am, stop. Yes. Hey, yo, what she is spewing is none of our talking points. Yeah, that is none of our talking points. We're the only blacks. The Caribbean aren't blacks. Africans aren't black. Black. We're the only blacks. Yo, that's just crazy, man. How they just and she's like giving the facial expressions. You know, she's all into it. The little, she's cosplaying well. She's acting like those are really our talking points. So now, most likely, she's talking to a sea of tethers, and this is how you get the chaotic truths and the likes of them. Listen to her podcast, thinking that these are our talking points. All right, give me 1 second. Which is obviously the furthest from the truth. But that's just wild, man. That's just wild. And like I said, this is why we got to be redundant. I gotta stay on their heads, man. I would love to talk about, like, look, I got the two white couples. Well, the one white couple who adopted those 5 black siblings and forced hard labor on them. Right? You gotta be careful with your wordings. YouTube will suspend you for 20 more days. But yeah. So I would love to talk about that, but I got this on my plate. I mean, just bold-faced lying. Now, one thing she said was true. And then when I call her, I ain't called her out just yet. But once I finish playing this 6-minute video, or 8-minute video, 9-minute video, I'm going to send an invitation. Now, most likely she's going to say no, right? But I still got to do it. It makes me feel like you never know until you know. Okay. Okay, so let me get back to TV. Well, let me get back to the computer so I can finish playing this garbage. That is wild, man. I mean, just flat out lying, purposely misrepresenting our talking points in front of a sea of tethers and whoever else, trolls and white supremacists. Okay, because it looks like her content's kind of goofy. And look, if you're this bad at representing information, I'm not watching none of your other videos. If you're this bad, that means your content is trash. The quality, the integrity of your content is trash.
how they believe that Africans and non-American Black people haven't lived Black experiences, because a Black experience and one's Blackness are apparently defined by one.
She is literally quoting Debra Dickerson, who said that in 2007. Like, man, did you watch the Debra Dickerson video? Yeah, yeah. I just can't believe how out of tune she is with our talking points. Can y'all believe this? Just wow.
One's proximity to white people, and proximity to white people or one's oppressors is apparently a uniquely American experience. I want to explain to these people that tell me that I didn't consider myself Black till I got to America, that the aquamarine in the Bahamian flag represents the water, the gold represents the sun, and the Black represents the people. I want to explain to the people who tell me that we are not Black like Black Americans because their ancestors were enslaved, that so are mine, and that slavery was not unique to the Americas, nor how we should define Blackness, that the Caribbean was at the center.
Yo, who the hell is she talking to? Like, yo, what conversation did she have? With who? It's like, I don't even want to play the rest of the video, because it's like, yo, you're giving us a straight straw man. And you're acting like you had a conversation with somebody.
Of the transatlantic slave trade, that slaves who revolted in America would often be sent to plantations in the Caribbean as punishment because of how grueling they were. I want to tell them that America didn't introduce me to racism. It was growing up on an island being taught to serve white tourists that introduced me. It was being unable to even see every inch of a just 21 by 7 mile long island I was born to, because there were communities and beaches that were only accessible to white Bahamians and tourists alike. It was seeing white Bahamians.
White Bahamians? Aren't y'all the majority? So why don't y'all just get up and tell them that's it? It's our land. I mean, that's weird. You're the majority. You outnumber these white Bahamians like 100 to 1, and you're letting them dictate where you can go on your own land. That is definitely not FBA type. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's wild.
Choose to procreate with their own families and live on family islands by themselves rather than be in community with Black Bahamians, regardless if we were the majority. I want to draw them the connections between our oppressors.
You heard that? She tried to sneak that in there. Regardless if we are the majority. No, ma'am. That is the biggest difference. You are the majority. You are the majority tolerating this. We are the overwhelmingly minority. We are the underdogs. You guys are the prize picks, okay? That commercial prize pick. You are the prize pick if you were to fight your colonizers. And nobody's colonizing your country in 2025. Stop. I'm sure if I Google Bahamian president, it's a Bahamian person. Well, he better be, because who the hell voted him in? Don't y'all got a democracy? You better, because if you got democracy, that means your president should be Bahamian, like Black. But she tried to skip over, regardless we're the majority. No, man, that's not regardless. We're going to consider that. And we want to know, why are you guys letting the small minority dictate the rules in your homeland? That's the attitudes we don't like to, those type of failure, losing attitudes, pessimistic attitudes, we don't like to link up with those type of Black folks. Because what can you do with us? When there's a march or protest, you are definitely not there. You don't even fight in your own homeland. You definitely ain't fighting over here.
And theirs, so they can connect the dots all the way from Nassau and Long Island in New York, all the way to the islands of Nassau and Long Island in the Bahamas. I want to draw them the connection between the Bahamian people and the Gullah Geechee people of the Carolinas, to explain how Bahamians helped found Miami. I find myself clinging to Stokely Carmichael, Shirley Chisholm, Sidney Poitier, Marcus Garvey, to every other.
Oh my God, you named a bunch of oh my God. Man, you named a bunch of cliche names. Yeah, she's definitely not coming over. I can tell the way they talk how much information they don't know. It's like, yeah, she ain't coming over. And you know that one name stuck out to me. Y'all know my channel, and y'all know me. You know, out of all those names, there's one name she said I would love for us to have a dialogue about. Because she said she cling on all those individuals. Well, let's talk about one in particular. I ain't gonna say it, but out of all those names you mentioned, let's talk about one of those guys in particular. Here, let's hit those names one more time, one more again.
Explain how Bahamians helped found Miami. I find myself clinging to Stokely Carmichael, Shirley Chisholm, Sidney Poitier, Marcus Garvey, to every other career.
Look at her eyes. She's definitely reading. She's looking toward the right. She's definitely reading. I mean, there's nothing wrong with reading, but at least do a better job of not making it that noticeable. So she's looking towards the right of the screen. She's reading. And like I said, there's nothing wrong. Sometimes I do some reading. Not often, but sometimes, I do. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't make it that noticeable, man.
Caribbean or African Black person in
Watch your eyes cut to the right.
America's history that would dispel this defamatory assertion that we have neither cared or been a part of Black American
right hand moving around and the left hand's on the mouse, clicking up and down.
Struggles, community, or history, hoping to wear their names like armor to protect me from people who pretend that anti-Blackness is a hat only worn by Black people born outside of America. Instead,
that's distracting me, man. You're distracting me with your eyes going towards the right. Her right, not my right, her right. Can you stop looking towards your right? Please just try to act like you know what you're talking about.
Of a chronic illness the entire Black globe has been forced to live with. I want to explain myself to these people. Then I hear Toni Morrison say, the very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. Somebody says you have no language, so you spend 20 years proving that you do. Somebody says your head isn't shaped properly, so you have scientists working on the fact that it is. Somebody says you have no art, so you dredge that up. Somebody says you have no language, so you dredge that up. Somebody says you have no kingdoms, so you dredge that up. None of this is necessary. There will always be one more thing. When I feel that desperate need to explain myself to Black Americans as though I or them are the problem, I know that white supremacy is working. And that's when I zoom out. They
all do that. Every last time-wasting tether. I'm going to play a video of myself talking to a tether. Now, he called himself a tether, okay? But they all want to take our attention off of the enemy that's directly in front of us, which are tethers and trolls, and they try to redirect us to the enemy afar, which is white supremacy. Like, man, I want to know about who's in. I got to get rid of you to get to white supremacy. You are acting as shills. You got shills, you got Republican shills, Democratic shills. Well, ma'am, you are a white supremacy. You are a white supremacy shill. I got to get past you and some trolls to get to the white supremacists, to debate them.
Not only to get a better look at the board, to see the play, but to remind myself that this is in fact white supremacy's game. And even though I know better, if I'm not careful and paying attention, I can easily be a pawn on the board. Because why ever should I even be so frustrated with the rise of xenophobia?
Hey, didn't I talk about that pawn stuff earlier?
From some Black Americans, when it isn't so dissimilar from the way that Bahamians spoke about and thought about Haitians and other Black immigrants like my father when I was a child, or the way Bahamians
Hey, you see that? They always end up self-snitching. Why is your father having these hateful views towards Haitians? Now, we don't have any hateful views towards the Caribbean or Africans. We call out tethers. That's not every Bahamian. That's not every Haitian. That's not every Hispanic person. That's not every person from Slavia. That's just the tethers of that lineage. But why is your dad hating Haitians, all of them? Why does your dad have a certain view about all Haitians?
Continue to speak other blacks similar from the way that Bahamians spoke about and thought about Haitians and other black immigrants like my father when I was a child, or the way Bahamians continue to speak about Haitians and black immigrants like my father today.
Damn, today. Yo, that's totally different. Okay, now that's called being divisive.
And although I distinguished other black immigrants from Haitians, it's important to note that Bahamians never did. Everyone was Haitian to Bahamians who wanted to communicate to you that you were undesirable. When I was a child in the Bahamas...
Damn, are they like Alaska or something? She said the Bahamians don't distinguish anybody, any Caribbean or Haitian. He said they all are Haitian. I didn't know that. That's wow. Yo, we don't got any such rhetoric like that.
Being Haitian was so commonly understood to be an insult
that we got rhetoric like that, but it's towards white people. Like we say all white people are the devil or something crazy.
Was the primary insult on my primary school playground. And I probably heard myself called that more times than I ever heard anyone even attempt to pronounce.
Don't say African booty scratch.
From Haitians, it's important to note that Bahamians never did. Everyone was Haitian to Bahamians who wanted to communicate to you that you were undesirable. When I was a child in the Bahamas, being Haitian was so commonly understood to be an insult that it was the primary insult on my primary school playground. And I probably heard myself called that.
Oh, you see that? She said on the playground. So kids were called, Bahamian kids were calling other Bahamian kids Haitians as an insult. So now, I never firmly believed African booty scratcher was an FBA term. I leave it up to the possibility that somebody from the diaspora or the continent of Africa have brought that word to us, right? Brought that word to our homeland. She just said that they were using hate the word Haitian like booty scratcher, pretty much. And they called each other's Haitian as an insult. Yeah, is most of the Bahamian people light skinned? I need to know that.
More times than I ever heard anyone even attempt to pronounce what they called and continue to call that stupid African name my parents give me. My disbelief at the audacity to render the nationality of the first black people to fight for and win their independence an insult, something to be ashamed of, is a feeling that never quite leaves me. Although I know I have no business feeling it, because there's nothing unbelievable about the monster or its many heads. In fact, xenophobia was one of the first heads on the monster that ever turned to look at me. I was born in Nassau, the Bahamas, and Nigeria is a country I've never known. But to Bahamians, my name and my father was always a barrier preventing me from being a true Bahamian. And then I moved to America, where I live in a perpetual state of being othered. There's a concept in the law called domicile. Your domicile refers to a person's true permanent home. It's not necessarily where you live, just your true home. And I think about this often because every single day, the monster tells me that I don't have one. In many respects, I am a stateless person and I always have been. The most effective thing the monster ever did was teach black people white supremacy. So we would hate ourselves and each other instead of the monster. That way, we would oppress ourselves and each other.
Okay, listen. This story is, I don't know what you're doing, but you ain't about to flip the script, okay? You ain't about to do that with this monster story, okay? Nah, nah, ma'am. That's not what's going on over here. Okay, there's no monster effect amongst us and the Caribbean or the Africans. The facts are clear that too many Caribbean folks and African folks come over here and they talk down to the people who live here, right? We would never do that in Ghana and Nigeria. We'll never go to your country, visit, or get dual citizenship and start talking down to the natives.
if the monster wasn't around. That's why the or 7 and throats, knowing that the monster ensured rooted in repressed anger, jealousy, resentment, validate both responsible and find the shame to hack. The problem is that familiarity hasn't made it any easier to beat. And I have spent 31 years watching that monster travel from country to country, getting stronger and stronger. And I am afraid, y'all, but not of the monster.
What white supremacy?
I'm afraid of the inability for my people to see a monster that's been staring at each of us in our eyes.
I don't know what monster you've seen, but your talking points for FBA was ridiculous. So let me see if I can send her a invitation. Or I'll even come to hers. She got to start this podcast. But let's just see. Then I'm gonna read some of the comments. Daddy. Yes. Okay, bring it over here. Daddy. Go. There you go. Go back away. Go. You're welcome. All right. Okay. So okay, listen, stop. Okay, go over there. All right. Missed my train of thought. This is why I need the support over here, because I'll be inviting people to come over and speak with us. But the first thing they're gonna do is see my views. Right now, of course, my views are worse because that 20-day suspension, I lost some momentum, and I'm probably out of the algorithm right now. But this is why it's important to tune in and like the video. Most importantly, when you like it, it's liked, so it's back in the algorithm. You get a certain amount of likes that's consistent. So, but I always try to invite these folks over. But the first thing I'm gonna do is look at the views, and when the views don't reflect, they're like, "Nah, I'm good." Okay. All right, so now let's get to the comments. It's got quite a lot. Okay, so in my small West African community, I've always heard my people say the meanest, cringiest thing about Black Americans. We make a lot of unfair assumptions about them based on talking points we borrow from the dominant race culture. The other day, one of my Nigerian friends said that our people have taken over Howard University. I don't have the words to express. Look at this. How hurtful, dismissive, and disrespectful her comment was to our Black cousin who established this institution of higher learning 100 years before we even dreamed of immigrating to this country in the 1960s. Okay, I think we foreign Blacks should do better. Let's clean house. Okay, who replied? Yeah, I can't invite her to my podcast or her account. She'll probably be offensive. My father's Haitian and my brother is African, but my father's Haitian and my mother is African American. The false divide is real. When I was with my mom's side of the family, I was the Haitian cousin with the funny name who acted like he was okay, whatever. What the replies about? All right, whatever. As a South African, I always roll my eyes when they say Africans don't identify themselves as blacks in America and Africa. I was born in apartheid. Okay. But FBA equals doodler. Doodler is just a lot more dangerous. Oh my God. I'm a Black American who spent some time in SA, South Africa. I agree with you all. Shit. Jim Crow was a template for apartheid. Our struggles were and are the same. Oh shit. No, they weren't. Okay. Haitians deserve so much better. Now she even reached. Oh my God. This is okay. So she might see my comment. This is why Black history needs to include the diaspora. Nah, we're good. The first person in the U.S. to tell because we not even learning our history. You know, they trying to get rid of critical race theory. Yeah, no, yeah, we can't even get our history told. So yeah, we definitely ain't trying to do that. The first person in the U.S. to tell me to go back where I came from was a Black American girl. Oh, here we go with the school shit, the school days. Black American girl in high school. Okay, sure, and sure. Whoever said Africans, Bohemians, Jamaica are not Black is likely the same person who went to high school with a single folder as to borrow a pencil. I'm so excited for this. I'm so people been in. Sometimes I wonder if our people. Oh my shit. Yeah, it looks like FBAs are not. She's not on FBA's radar because she got no like FBA pushback at all. Okay, so I'm the first person. This feels a bit disingenuous because Black Americans are Indonesian. Okay, good. Hopefully, by commenting, you know, I should comment on comments. So to get one of these folks to feel froggy. The monster tells Black Lake, oh my God, it's a lot of on both sides. Maybe I get somebody so froggy. Whoa, as a Haitian Jamaican American, I felt that in my bones. I found your channel and was like, this lady is so cool. She's so thoughtful. I'm going to subscribe. And then I saw that I apparently watched a bunch of your videos you already, and you embarrassingly failed to subscribe a few months ago. Glad YouTube brought me back, and now I'm subscribed. Oh my God. It's the disease that has plagued Black people. No punctuation marks. Racist. Oh, so, racial construct. Stop it. Social construct bullshit. Although I still identify as a FBA, I actually have nothing respect, and I repeat nothing against my African. Hey, I might get somebody to feel froggy. The xenophobic bullshit. This is much needed. Thank you. I'm not gonna comment. I'm not. She got a lot of views. I mean, she got a lot of comments. All right. Okay, hold on. I understand FBA's anger, but this shit is out of hand. He said, identify as ADOS. What changed is that I started to realize that I am being anti-Black. Look, she don't like it. He said ADOS made him anti-Black. Can I spell? That's my typing. I type so fast, I over in your soul. He's lying. ADOS made him believe to hate all Blacks. She got 100,000 subscribers. She got 150. She got 151. When the Black is Beautiful movement came out, everyone did not want to join the riot, especially since the movement was tied to the message of Black power. I saw people make a choice to be Black rather than color or Negro at that time. So even to this day, I still consider choice how I break bread with anyone. Oh my God. What a uniquely beautiful code. I'm Black American. I've never jumped on at this FBA ADOS wave while I'm one that recognized I will never, as far as my African. However, some of it is coming from a place of frustration, whatever. Such a brilliant guy, whatever. It's sad. Okay, whatever. I understand actually how you feel, Ole. It's also disappointing. Africans across the global diaspora instantly fighting each other. Blackness isn't defined by whiteness. Oh, so much of bullshit. I am Adolph's married to a Nigerian man. Oh shit. I'm Adolph's married to a Nigerian man, and I felt the black on black hate, and I was introduced to the diaspora wars. I made my mission to show the similarity between. American black man here, and I want you to know we love. Oh my God. As a Haitian American born in NYC, I couldn't understand the vitriol everybody had for us until I started learning our history. There was and still an effort to invalidate us and make. I don't understand why Bohemians. Why the only reason I could understand why other Caribbeans hate Haitians because they're dark skinned. I don't know any other reason. But he says there was and still an effort to invalidate us and make others see us as inferior even to other black people, and everybody fell for it. Uh, oh boy. I'm trying to respond to his words. I can't. I need glasses big time. I'll fix that. Early. Early. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if I can get somebody to fill froggy. Hey, oh, mental. Okay, so let me do this. Now we got some folks. Okay, we got a notification. Okay, nah, that's old. All right, so now we got some folks in here. You dig? Now, let me do it. Let me do this. Let me do this. So what I'm gonna do is I need a small favor from you, my family. I'm gonna put my backup link in the chat. Just click it, subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. The reason being, is this channel was just reinstated yesterday. I was suspended for pretty much all of March. I was suspended for all of March for no good reason. Just some tethers was upset at the content, false flagged me, and YouTube said goodbye. And they allowed me to appeal it and said it would take 2 days, and it took the whole month basically. And then I was reinstated yesterday with no apology, no explanation, no overturn, nothing. So I'm not even sure if this channel is in good standing still. I still might be in hot water. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my backup channel link in the chat in case they overturn and delete my channel again, because my channel was not suspended. It was actually terminated. So everybody who watched me live, you know, when your channel is like stopped midway, it'll tell you what happened, right? The message on my video said this channel is terminated, not suspended, not did a violation. It read to you guys, this channel is terminated. It did. So I've never seen that before, right? God damn, terminated. So for what? All right. So they said we're gonna delete your whole channel because they're supposed to suspend it until the appeal. They make a decision on the appeal. They're not supposed to terminate your channel. I've never heard of that. So they terminate my channel and then say you can appeal it, nigga. So there you go. So I'm gonna type some names in there that Obama Kenyan Kami is first East Indian governor of California, and now she is a Klan. So I'm gonna tag people in the chat that I know probably have not subscribed to the backup channel. Most everybody did. So if I tag you, that's just love, peace to watch. It just letting you know to subscribe to the backup channel in case they are still deciding the whether the overturn is official or not. I'm not even sure. Like again, I didn't get anything. So I tagged a couple names. Just go ahead and click the link and just subscribe. Also, yo, what the hell? Okay. I don't even know. That's crazy. I haven't checked it. Who knows? Might have sent some love this way. It's not necessary. It's not mandatory. It's just, oh shit, I hate this shit. Oh shit. You know what? Where's my phone? Yeah, yo, but I was talking about similar to this topic, mental. I was talking about replacement theory. I was talking about being replaced. If I, I'm just going to show you the video. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to show you the video that got. Now notice the name of this title, right? Now I'm going to show you the video that got me terminated, and it was getting hot. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to show you the video. They might tag. They might. Okay. Which video you think it was? This was the video that got. They're saying 2 weeks because I guess they're not considering. Like it said 8 hours. I ain't doing that 8 hours ago. But see, it got the suspension, the deletion got all my stuff like out of whack. This is 8 hours ago. This is 2 weeks ago. This is not 2 weeks. This is like a month ago. But it was absolutely this video right here. And look at the name, The Replacements, African American. So that video got me terminated, deleted. And look at this video, Irreplaceable. So I was careful not, and you see this is Africa cosplaying as America. See this emoji? This is Africa with American colors. But this is not America. This is the continent Africa. And I'm saying we were replaced by, or they're trying to replace us with Africans. Okay, like the comment said, a Nigerian bragged about taking over Howard University. Okay, and I'm gonna do that video again, but not on this channel. All right. So I will, that movie, I had so many live viewers, 70, 80 people just tuned in. So I will do that video again, but not on this channel. I'm going to do it on the new channel. So if you guys click the link I just put in the chat, subscribe to the new channel, and I'll do this live over there. I said over there. I will do this live over there. Okay, that was called a repeated word. I won't do it here. I won't take that chance again. But that channel is like new, only about 60, 70 subscribers, under the radar. So, I'll do it over there. But I am not going to do it here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it over most likely. My son is asleep. Probably I wake up 3, 4 in the morning. I will probably do the live over 3, 4 in the morning, Sunday morning. So this replacement live, I'm gonna do this over 3, 4 a.m. Once I wake up, 5, whatever. Once I wake up early as hell, I'm gonna do this over. Okay. Now, so the theme of tonight was you gotta be irreplaceable. Just hilarious. So I played her own saying. She said she hand selected a replacement. So now she did other folks. Like she got other folks to replace her to sit in while she was out. Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever find your replacement somebody better than you. You always find somebody beneath you in your mind. Okay. Like I said, I'm not saying Monique is beneath her. Monique accomplished more, but she's not probably got somebody her. Who knows? I can't speculate. But what I'm saying is she's not trying to take anybody's spot. She comes off as she's retired. She's slowing doin. So I would have picked Monique to sit in. I would have picked Keisha Coles, Ashanti. People with dry sense of humor that I know I ain't got to worry about losing my spot. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to pick some young, thriving, aspirational, educated, experienced, pretty actress, speaks well, read well. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pick somebody like this woman, okay, to be my sitting. And like once I seen her on that damn show, I'm like, who's this? Like, her look just gonna get you. Her look, as long as she don't wear that, she's got that makeup looking like she look crazy. I hate when black women do that. Some of y'all just look so much better. Like I like Just Hilarious. She don't really do that as much. She do it sometimes, but y'all look better. Some of y'all look better with makeup. Ask men that's not gonna lie to you, like me. I will tell you if you look better with makeup or without. Because some black women do look better with makeup. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this woman, she's putting on makeup to, like, in my mind, to sell out. But she looks so much better without the clown makeup. But anyway, when I seen her on the show, I forgot the topic, but when I seen her on the show, she was talking and she felt like she just fit right in. She wasn't nervous. She was like very comfortable. Her swag, her delivery, everything was like perfect. So my first time seeing her on a show, I'm like, wow, who's that? Now, I didn't know that she was a replacement. I think I did, but it's bad if I don't remember. That's how good she was. I'm like, damn, she's pretty good. And then you had rumors, like premature rumors saying Just Hilarious is fired. And I believe that. That's how good she did. Like, damn, they fired Just Hilarious. And that was obviously false. But so those comments was getting to Just Hilarious. So Just Hilarious, from what I heard, came to work late on her first day back. And some people speculate she came late on purpose so this woman, Lauren, could sit in the seat of Jess that she normally sits in. Because I highly doubt she's going to sit in Jess' seat knowing she's coming in. But she came late, so she thought she was not coming in. And I can imagine Charlamagne and Envy knew Jess was coming in and knew Lauren didn't know. This is my opinion. This is what I think happened. Because I know that she didn't just pop up. I know she let, Charlamagne and Envy know. I think they allowed, because, they're trying to boost their ratings. Like, they allowed Lauren to sit in the seat believing Jess is coming late. And they might even orchestrate it with Jess to, like, come late. So anyway, but it wasn't a cat fight like we thought it was going to be. So when Jess pulled up, Lauren was like, "Oh, you back?" And she just got up and went to her seat. It's kind of like embarrassing to Lauren. It's kind of like humiliating her so I would feel some type of way. Like, hey, I didn't, nobody let me know. Like, kind of embarrassing. I had to get up and walk over there somewhere. Like she punked me, whatever. So that made Jess feel better. She felt like the queen bee, and she went on to be Jess. But and the chemistry felt good to us. Like, I don't watch this show, but I do catch the controversial or the hot topics. I do, or like a guest. I do tune in for certain people, right? But I'm not like I used to be on the show. But I will tune in for like a Mike Epps. I'm probably gonna watch it. They have Omarion. I'm probably gonna watch that eventually. Like people like that I grew up liking. You know, when Umar went solo, I liked Omarion. I support him a little bit. And Mike Epps was my favorite. Even Michael Black, he come on there, I'm probably gonna watch. Like he's one of my favorite comedians. Mike Epps is. So, you know, it depends on who the guest is. I will probably pull up and take a peek at it and see what's going on. You know. But I don't watch it like I used to because of that controversy DJ Envy got into. So and like he got no real pushback for that. And what's up with his homie that got in trouble, Fed trouble? What's up with him? Any late news on him? All right. So hopefully some of you guys click. Peace, Chad Smith, Ricardo Sounds, Guillory said. Hopefully, you know, y'all had clicked that link. Same day, I see Donnie. So America, I think I gave Ameru, I think I gave him a wrench. Yeah. No, I didn't. I will now. Yeah, so Ameru, if you could click that link too. I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's it. So click that link right there to subscribe to my my backup channel. And the backup channel I'm gonna do, yeah, he going to court? Or Envy going to court. Yeah, so the backup channel, I'm gonna do the replacement video over. But I won't. So this channel, I'm gonna be more safe. You see, I talk more now. I don't play the video too long here. I talk more now. I'm not taking any more risk with this channel with other folks' content. I'm gonna make sure I do most of the talking. So I do want to play a video that I did on my other channel, on this channel with Tariq and Jeff, some white supremacists who were behaving like FBAs ain't do much here to call ourselves foundational. Then we got an Italian guy who said that we should be thanking Italians. They somehow paved the way for us. So if folks already seen that one, I gotta do it over because this is the major channel. I did it on the smaller channel. I gotta do it here. All right. But let me see if I have any more video. Yeah, so she was disturbing, cringeworthy. What she's misrepresenting our talking points, and it was you know, kind of like it makes me hard. I'm like one of those folks. I can't really watch a video if it's just dishonest. It's hard for me to watch it. I got like drink some liquor or something to get through it. I'll be so mad. All right. Okay, so let me get back to what I might have in the playlist. So I am gonna get on the white supremacist talking point. Oh, I know what I'm gonna play. I want to play. I want to play. I might play some Jared Taylor talking points. I don't know. But I do want to play. Daddy. Yes.
Black independent, strong as ten.
Okay, no, Dash, no, don't do that. Go back over there. No, go play with him. Go. Okay, so I do want to play. Again, for some reason, Black immigrants. I'm being nice today. I'm not saying tether, even though I believe some of these folks are, not all. I'm gonna say Black immigrants for today. So I do believe Black immigrants, their hatred for Tariq Nasheed for signal boosting the message of delineation, you know, to areas that ADOS couldn't do. I believe they just hate him for that. Because that killed by itself ADOS and FBA by itself, the thought of ADOS and FBA, it killed single-handedly the Pan-Africanist movement. So that's why they got it. Oh, Tariq, oh, that. And we were like, yo, we don't care because he's not our leader. So tear him down if you want. You know, that's your prerogative. And we're going to keep moving. Oh, no, you can't keep moving because tearing him down is tearing you down. How? He's your leader. Really? How? When? Where? Why? What? When? Who? Well, let's play the clip. Tariq says, I'm not the leader of no FBA. They don't have a leader. Leader's the code. Okay, now listen to us. We don't have a leader. The leader's the code. Yeah, but he's your leader. So when I tear him down, I'm tearing you guys down. Okay, sure. Right. You guys in a cult. Okay. Whatever makes you feel good. Well, you're in a cult because Yvette came up with ADOS, right? And if you think you're ADOS, you're part of her cult. And Tariq Nasheed came up with FBA. So if you call yourself that, you're part of his cult. Okay. Well, what about Jesse Jackson reintroducing the word African American to us? Right? Are we in the Jesse Jackson cult? What about white folks called us Negroes in color, and we called ourselves that as well? Or we are the white, you know what I mean? It gets goofy. What about when the white man called you Nigerians Nigerians? Are you in the white man's cult? Like, come on, like most of these places are named after white people. All right, anyway. Let me play a short video of hateful, I ain't gonna say it, black immigrant. Like this dude hates Tariq Nasheed. And you're gonna see like that, he just couldn't control himself. All right. What did I call this video? I know what I called it. This dude, I mean, Tariq Nasheed, and he got a trademark. And with that trademark, see what that does is see, the trademark makes him your leader. How? Because he owns it. Okay. So that means that he owned the name for products and services and things like that, business, right? So that means that he could use the name for products and services, right? Yeah. So he owns the name to put it on products and services, right? Yeah. So how is that owning me? Is he selling me? Nah, but he's your leader. Okay. Okay. So if I was to beat Tariq Nasheed to that and I trademarked it, am I the leader? Yeah. Okay. But what about Pablo, who's in the chat? If Pablo beat me and Tariq Nasheed and he trademarked the words Foundation of Black American, is he our leader? Yes. Okay. If a gorilla trademark, yeah, it's your leader. Okay. That's how goofy it gets. And I got to get on your boy, John Henry Clark. John Henry Clark is not as sharp as I think he is. And I'm going to prove it. Now, I don't talk. I got clips. You guys talk. I don't. I say it. I prove it. John Henry Clark was out here lying on some Pan-Africanist, campaign. So it turned out a lot of FBAs will lose their integrity by being a part of this Pan-Africanist movement. They will lie for the movement. So John Henry Clark, I got him. James Professor Smalls, we got him. Lying for the movement. Like, dude, so you just can't be honest? Like, these folks got to be. All right, so let me get this video of this, I ain't gonna say it, of this black brother being super disrespectful to Tariq Nasheed for no good reason. No, we need to focus on white supremacy. Let us get away with all of the sabotaging we're doing with you guys, but don't focus on us. Focus on white supremacy. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, not with that. So not with that. No. You gotta go there with that way. You gotta go over there. That got too many views. Go. Well, you gotta turn this off. So I know my yeah, you can't bring your cartoons near my microphone. Try to get your headphones. You ain't like that. Oh shit! What the hell was that? That's my phone. That loud noise in my phone. That's why I can't keep a phone. You see that the watcher? That right there. I had this habit of putting my phone on the edges of everything. And that loud noise was the new phone. Okay, go over there. Go over there. Y'all can hear this cartoon, let me know so I can stop. Okay, you can hear this. Okay. Yeah. Why is my okay. So let me look for what I'm looking for. And I'm going to let me see if let me see if I can but I don't think I'm gonna find that. Let me see if I can Thanks, Donnie. I hate when guys, if you ever can't hear me for a period of time, that means I'm talking on mute. And I said a mouthful. Dang. You know, yeah, I gotta go live later. I said a mouthful. And I hate it. I kind of like killed the live. I'm talking on mute. All right, well, look, how about this? Let me respond to Satch, Ohio. You got to let me be more specific because Dr. Clark Anderson, he pretty much stick to the same talking points. Dr. John Henry Clark, he can like talk about many different things. So what talking points do you believe they have that are similar where I can compare and contrast? Because they're like two different people. Henry Clark is more like a historian, and Dr. Clark is more like a politician. Even though he touched on history here and there, that's not his thing like that. So you gotta be more specific. Like what? I mean, they say a lot of things. Like what am I actually comparing and contrast? Yeah, but yeah, I know the same day, but that killed it because I said a lot of good stuff, and it went like nowhere. That damn mute button. I dropped my phone, the mute button, it'd be killing me. Anyway, the bottom line is that are you irreplaceable? Okay, and the fact that we're able to self-identify, that saved us from totally being vulnerable to being replaced. Okay, so later on tonight or in the morning, I'm going to do the replaceable live over, the live that got this channel shut down. So for Satch, Ohio, you might want to click that link I just put in the chat and subscribe to that channel. I'm gonna do the replaceable live there because I'm not gonna risk this channel like that again. I'm trying to be safe on this channel because YouTube is trying to do your boy dirty. Yeah, so so the Tariq content, I might do it. So it depends. Depends how fast. It depends. So maybe I won't do it tonight because I don't want to go way off topic. Because some of my subscribers don't like that. They don't like when I have a title for something and I get way off the topic with something else. They're calling that clickbait. So they don't like that. So I'm trying to like stay on topic. And when the topic just exhausts itself, I just, either put the phone number out there or just end the live and start over with a more fitting title of what I want to talk about next. So I do want to go over Tariq's debate for the white supremacists, which I did already, but on a smaller platform. I want to do on this channel where it could be heard, by more people.
Daddy, it's a friend picture.
Oh, what is that?
It's a friend picture.
Oh my God, what is that? He's good.
In white picture.
Yeah, that's scary.
Wait, that's a white picture.
Do not voluntarily replace yourself. I did that one time. Oh my God, man. This shit got me. I was working at this I was working for Vontage, the phone company or internet phone company Vontage, whatever it's called. Forgot. But anyway, we were like internet technicians. Like we would resolve like the issues they were having. So like a lot of Indians were like into that, with that type of communication. Because it appealed to overseas people, sending money back, whatever. So I almost says Vonage or Vontage. I forgot the name. But it was like kind of difficult at some points. I don't know how it lasted that long. It was a new thing that happened. So this is how long it was ago. It just really came out. So it was like a new technology, a new way of communicating that was like internet based. And it's like who knows, maybe 20 years ago, who knows? But But long story short, I'm thinking I'm Muslim. Okay, this back during that time where I think I'm Muslim. You know, I'm on my Malcolm X stuff. I think I'm Muslim. So this Egyptian lady named Hannah, she's like morbidly obese. You know, Egyptian. You know, light skinned Egyptian, all the whole head wrap and everything, morbidly obese. And her name was Hannah. So she, you know, we became work cool. And I remember getting, because that job, I felt like everybody's getting fired. I felt like we don't know what we're doing. It's a new company. We're just like learning on the fly. And I hate learning on the fly. Hate that. Because I like to know stuff. So anyway, I ended up finding a better job. That was like later. So this job was like a regular 7 to 3, 6 to 2 type thing. And the later job was like a 6 to 10. Right. So I just did both. I was like got greedy. I did both. So I got double checked. So I remember, but I was always like sleepy now because I wasn't getting like a lot of sleep. Because my dumb self will do the 7 to 3, 3:30, and then do the 6 to 10, and then go bowling. And come home like 2 a.m. So I'm like sleepy as crap. So I'm falling asleep during my first shift job, which I really didn't care for, but I didn't want to do them like that. So I'm dozing off now. In their mind, they probably think I'm on drugs, right? But I'm dozing off there. So Hannah was like, "Hey, why are you so sleepy?" So I told her what I got going on. I said, "Yeah, I'm making $3 more an hour over here." I said, "Really?" She's like, "What are you doing?" And again, I replaced myself. I sat there cooning because I'm Muslim, she's Muslim. "Hi, sis." And this chick don't look nothing like a sis. She's straight, Egyptian in every sense. So I'm like, yeah, when I should see her, Assalamu alaikum, I'm feeling like I'm like we're one. We're all in this together. So yeah, I got this job over here doing this, and that job over there was working for like a pharmaceutical company. So it's like a level up big time. So she's like, "Really? Can you get me in there?" I said, "I could try." So I did what I did, and the people there liked me, so I like kind of caped for her. And I just kept trying. Eventually, they gave her a shot. She interviewed, she got the job. Why this chick ended up replacing me?
Daddy.
Okay.
Look at what picture.
And how did she? Oh, that's scary.
This is a white picture.
Yes. And how did she replace me? Because she ended up snitching on me at the job, like telling on me. But like, let's say if I'm because what I did was at that time I'm Muslim in my mind, so I used to do hella printouts on the job, dying. So I would like have hella Elijah Muhammad printouts. Yeah, you had to see how much stuff I had. It was like laughable because I had like binders and binders and binders, all this 5% nation stuff, Nation Islam stuff, the Supreme Wisdom. I just print all that out on there dying. So she ended up snitching on me one day because she wanted my spot. She got my spot. They got rid of me, and she ended up doing, because I had the easier job. I was on the I just did printouts. That's why it's easy. That's why it's so easy for me to print something out and not get caught. Because all I did was just print a massive printouts, massive. We just keep where this you had to earn your way over there. So I earned my way over there. So I'm just doing massive printouts. She's doing some old other stuff that's like a little more annoying. But now I got the easier job. I'm sitting down, just like no stress, just printing out, getting it, putting it where it gotta go, and then next one. It's all day long. And like, so when they offer overtime, the people who took advantage of overtime was pretty much the printout people. Because everybody else did real work, and they was, it was like kind of annoying. So they didn't want to do, too much hours of overtime. The printout folks, we didn't do anything. We just printed out, stack, printed out, stack. So we took the overtime.
Daddy, chips.
Okay, we get chips. Here. So we took the overtime. So anyway, man, that girl ended up telling on me, man, got me up out of there. she hit my spot. I never forget that woman. And I was like, man, the hell is this Muslim stuff? So, but after that, I knew better. But I felt salty as Jesse. Or just hilarious. I felt just that salty. She got that. I felt so played. Like, oh, this chick really did me dirty like that. I got her over there, and she's the reason why I'm no longer there. I made myself replaceable. I said, never again will I do something like that again. That's an actual factual story. Big ass. Big old beast woman. Yeah, we definitely getting shadow banned. Oh yeah, his video got took down? Yeah, man. None of those guys can beat me in the debate. Myron, none of them. Please, Nick Fuentes, please send them over here, man. Put his link in there. I'll click it. I'll invite him over here. None of them can beat me in the debate. You know why? Because let's say if white people did something in America we didn't do it. I'm gonna be honest and say, okay, you got that. Like first, don't want to go there. Okay. So you know what? I gotta play Jeff. I gotta play Jeff. The white. I gotta play Jeff then because I want to give y'all a case in point of what do I mean. So I'm gonna play Jeff, Tariq and Jeff debate. I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna wind down, but since you said that, let me play Jeff. And yeah, put these folks links in the chat. And I'm going. My goal is to call in Myron Gaines show and bring up. I'm gonna play dumb and bring up the Tariq Nasheed thing. How he lost the debate, and he's gonna say, "How I lose? How I lose?" And I'm going to literally debate him, but act like I'm just regurgitating Tariq Nasheed points. I'm gonna be like, "But he said this, and that answered that question. You said that." Because I'm going to study Myron Gaines and Tariq dialogue, what they had in that debate. I'm going to study it, and I'm going to remember, I'm going to write down all of Myron Gaines' arguments and Tariq responses, okay? So I'm going to low-key debate Myron Gaines, but act like I'm using Tariq Nasheed arguments from that debate they had. But it'll be my own arguments. Because I got the advantage. I was able to watch the debate and seeing where Tariq could have been more sharper. Because again, he just winged. They both just winging it. They just throwing rocks at each other. It's not like like it was planned. So they just winging it. But I'm already preparing rebuttals and better arguments, more fine-tuned arguments. So when I call in, just a straight up wash. But again, I'm going to make it seem like I'm using Tariq arguments. Hey, boy, when he said this to that, what's your rebuttal? And it's really my arguments. I'm going to be faking like Tariq said last community. I highly doubt if Myron remembers all of what Tariq said. So that's what I'm going to do. I believe it's going to be funny. And I think I'm going to do good. But I just got to remember, I'm studying now. I got to just study, and just be honest, because some things, not Myron, but it was, Jeff. So some things Jeff said to Tariq, some things he said was kind of true. I think Tariq dismissed some things, but some things he said was kind of true. So like, yeah. So the Italian guy, so I guess I'm gonna play the Italian guy, and I'm gonna play the Italian guy and then Jeff. All right. And I also want to, so I played the Ivory Coast tether earlier. We were debating the Great Migration, and I want to do a reaction on that because there's some things I did not know and I know now. And yeah, so I want to do a reaction to my own video and sharpen my own points up at some point. But let me find that playlist so then I gotta stop using this thumbnail. So if I'm going to change it to Jeff, right, and the Italian white supremacists, I got to change the thumbnail. I can't have these two on here. They're going to say, it's clickbait. So let me just change the thumbnail to where I'm going now. Boom. Of course, that's too big. Give me a second, make it smaller. Okay, there we go. So this is more fitting for the conversation with two white supremacists. All right, now let's go. I'm gonna play the Italian guy first, and I hope Ohio had gave me more. He clarified more exactly what I'm comparing and contrasting between Dr. Clark Anderson and John Henry Clark. But I would say this. I would say John Henry Clark doesn't mind. He doesn't mind revising history. John Henry Clark. He doesn't mind it. Ask me how I know. Okay, so where's that Italian guy? Right here. Here's the Italian guy.
There's a black picture.
Oh, yeah, that's a scary one.
That's a white picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary picture.
It's very scary.
It's a white picture.
Mm-hmm. That's just a flag paper, whatever you just said. That's scary.
Macoca. That's white picture.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Playlist.
Well, who's that? Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, who's that?
He's biting.
He's biting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Watch it. He's scary.
Okay. He'll bite you.
Yeah, he'll bite you. Yeah, watch it. He bite.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. He will bite you.
Don't touch it. He'll bite you.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It bites.
Don't touch it. He bites.
Did he touch it?
He bites him.
He bite him. Oh, no. We need a Band-Aid.
You mean the Band-Aid?
Yeah. Let's give him a Band-Aid. It's called, well, who we going to call?
I think he called 911.
He said call 911. He's 3. That's right. 911.
Hey, look. It's a white picture. It's a white picture.
Okay. Call 911. I ain't think he remembered the numbers. Okay, that's good. All right, so now let's go to the Italian guy. All right, so right before I do that, let me see if my boy replied. Nah, he didn't reply. How old was Elijah when he took as a white? She was not. Not Elijah. You mean Prophet Muhammad? I'll be dying when y'all do that. That'd be funny as hell. Now, Prophet Muhammad took a toddler. Elijah Muhammad took a teenager, but a legal teenager. She was federally legal. She's like 19 years old, but some still got a problem with that, especially nowadays. You know, you can't be today's time. We find a problem with 60-year-olds marrying 19-year-olds. It's kind of like what Elijah Muhammad did, and Prophet Muhammad just pretty much took on a toddler, allegedly. So watch it. I'm not gonna repeat that, bro. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's play this guy.
Scarface, speak on it.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Do we have a Caucasian man here?
Well, I'm Italian. I'm Southern Italian.
Same.
So it's a little different.
All right, so he called him Scarface. Now that's kind of funny, but it could water down the conversation, right? But that was kind of funny though.
Yeah.
I know. It's still Caucasian, but y'all still got that Moorish blood. Are you Sicilian or what part of it?
Now, for you guys that don't believe me, I told you when they get mad at us when they call us black, we say, "Nah, we're FBA. We're not just black. We're FBA." There are certain white people in this country that will not allow you to call them just white. So listen. Case in point, listen.
Scarface, speak on it.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Do we have a Caucasian man here?
Well, I'm Italian. I'm Southern Italian. And I'm from New York, so it's a little different.
See, I'm telling you, the Irish, the Jew, people from the Jewish, because you got white, black Jews, but Jewish people will correct you. Irish will correct you, and Italians, like a lot of them will not just let you simply group them up with whites, with the white, classification. They will oftenly check and say, "Hey, I'm Italian," or "Hey, I understand what you're saying, white, but nah," because they don't want to be grouped up with white stats. All the negativity that follows white stats, they don't want to be grouped up in. So we're feeling like that today. We don't want to be grouped up in black stats. So black stats mean all the negative things that black people do in this country, regardless of their background and country they come from. We don't want to be grouped like that. We don't want to be grouped to a black stat. No, you're going to say Caribbean, Africa, Nigeria, and FBA. FBA DOS. We don't no longer want to be grouped in the black stat. Because all these dash cam arrests I'm watching, damn near all of them are from Florida. Palm County, Miami-Dade, whatever, all of them from Florida. We know that there's a heavy black immigrant population in Florida. And some of these people, I was outright able to determine that they were definitely not FBA, either by their name or their accent. So anyway, so you see the Italian dude did not want to be simply classified as Caucasian or white. I'm Italian. He says it's a difference.
I know. It's still Caucasian, but y'all still got that Moorish blood. Are you Sicilian or what part of it?
Napolitan, Sicilian, yeah. But I'm also from New York City. It's a whole different. New York City is a whole culture in and of itself.
No doubt.
So if you don't know, I'll school you on that.
No doubt.
I don't even know where you're from,
Well,
to be honest.
What's on your mind?
But definitely don't just group me in with Caucasian, bro. Southern Italians had it very rough. They were called the N-word. They were lynched. You sound like you know a lot about history, so
yeah, I know that. I know that they called you Guineas. They called you Guineas when you came.
They called us the N-word too.
I know, and Guinea is a word for Africa.
Oh,
exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, they called them, their own little thing. WAPs. They called them. Hey, I didn't know WAP stood for. Damn, what's the acronym? What did WAP stand for? It was something simple as hell. Ah, my God. Without paper, something like that. It was, who knows what it stands for? It was something simple as hell. WAP stood for without something out paperwork. Hey, man, let me ask Google. It was something real simple that I thought I remember and I forgot it that fast. What does the derogatory WAP? Okay. Oh my God. I put a who. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is. I think it is. Often. See, I put an H that confused me. Let me see. It means Southern Italian. I just want to make sure. So guapo, dandy, swagger. Guapo meaning good looking. Without passport, it says one false etymology or backronym. Never heard that before. WAP is the acronym for without passport, without papers, implying that Italian immigrants enter the United States undocumented or illegal immigrants. The term has nothing to do with immigration, and people are not. Okay, yeah. So It says back for them. Yeah, so it was. I know it was without paperwork, without passport. So they were like being funny. So white Americans were being funny and called them WAPs, meaning without, like, acting like they came to the country unauthorized. Yes, I knew it, but my dumb self added H, which confused me. It's WAP, W-O-P. So yeah, so they were called Guineas, WAPs, and the term you don't hear the most was doggos. Doggos, they hate that word, doggos. They hate that the most. So same day parlay, 1 million each FBA. The reason why I say 10 million same day parlay, because look how many NBA, NFL players who got 8 million, 15 million, 30 million a year contracts and blow that money. Lord Jamar, what are they going to do with all that money? So these folks basically get out reparation checks all the time. And they just blow them. When they end their career, they have, look at Antoine Walker. He made $100 million. So same day. That is 100 FBA's reparation payout, which you're saying, 1 million. So he had the payout of 100 FBA's and same day. This dude was working at Walmart. So it kind of, it's like, if he can blow 100 million, Lord Jamar might be right. What are they going to do with all that money? Yeah, we just might, if we get 1 million, I'm sure 1 million is way more easy to give back than 100 million. Yeah. So that's problematic. It's like, damn, if they could blow 100 million easily and be working at Walmart, we could easily blow that 1 million. So it's like, so we're gonna definitely need something. So we're gonna need land, that money, and some, I guess, advice or something going on, because they gotta give us the money, the land, and a damn financial advisor. So we're like, yo, if these guys can blow 100 million, that means we can easily blow that 1 million. These guys make 200, 300, 80 million across their career, and all that reparation money is gone. And we expect to do better than them with a fraction of the money that they made. We got to be, honest with ourselves. Are we that disciplined to do right with that money? Get the land, the money, got to go with the land, and I guess get some insurance. I don't know. But we got to do it right. Definitely need land with that $1 million. Build a house on it, and just put some money away for, I guess, for taxes. I don't know, but it looks like things could go left real fast if you're like ain't properly planned out, and which is not. Because what makes us the experts with money when we ain't never had that much money?
It's water.
Oh, so let me play the Italian guy.
Look, Daddy.
100%. Where are you from, by the way? I'm curious. Where are you from?
But you mentioned the lynching. As far as being lynched, you guys got paid for that.
No. I'm gonna save this.
He's idea.
Wow, yeah. Now I'm gonna save it because I see the time's already 10 o'clock. So I won't have enough time to play this and Jeff without falling asleep on the live. Yeah, this time be going by fast for me, man. It be going by fast. I'll be trying to go live twice a day. I'll be going live once. That's wild. It's already 9:39. Going on 10 o'clock. What's that? That's wild. It should be like 6:30. It's 9:38. It's gonna be Sunday. Oh, any boxing coming on? Let me see. Because I always miss fights. I know Jerron Booth Ennis coming up. He got a fight coming up. He didn't look good at all his last fight. Matter of fact, I hopped off the bandwagon. He looked so bad. I hopped off Shakir. Not Shakir last fight. He fought a nobody, but the one before that, he fought so bad. I hopped off his bandwagon. I said, yeah, let me fall back. They looking bad out here. And Terence Crawford fought a solid job, but he ain't look too, like his normal self either. So I don't see any big names. Sebastian Funduro. Is that the guy Earl Spence was supposed to fight?
Let's back at her black picture.
Yeah, but I don't see. Yo, how many points Shea Alexander? Yo, we gotta do some basketball, man. Yeah, we gotta do some basketball because basketball is heating up. So I think I'm gonna do it live tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna do a replacement live if I can do it, because it's gonna be pretty long. If I can do a replacement live early morning, kind of quickly, or maybe I should do that's gonna take a while. So I might just do the NBA live first. Going over some basketball, giving my projections of who's gonna do what and this and that, and because NBA is on fire. All right, so let me see the box scores, because I know that I knew that the Thunder would blow out the Hornets, but so I don't think damn, they blowing out the Wizards like crazy. Oh yeah, the Hawks beat the Hot. Yeah, if you don't know, my favorite player is Trae Young. So I'm a Hawks fan, but keep in mind, I'm a Hawks fan only because Trae Young is there. So if Trae Young got traded to, like, let's say Detroit, I'll be a Detroit fan. If he got traded to, let's say, the Portland Blazers, I'll be a Portland Trail Blazers fan. So I'm a Trae Young fan. So wherever he goes, that's my team, I support. But we beat the watcher. I said my sleeper team were the Clippers, and they've been blowing people out. I think the Suns on a 2-game winning streak. Yeah, so the Cavaliers, I look at the Cavaliers like remember that one year the Hawks, not with the back in the day Hawks, where they had Schroeder as their point guard, no Joe Johnson, but they had this one hot year where they had like 60 wins, but nobody was convinced it was like one and done. That's how I kind of see the Cavs, but a little better. But I don't really. Now I see the Cavs going. They won't be one and done. I think they could beat some teams, but I do not see them. In the chip. I'll be highly surprised if they make it to the finals. But the Clippers, everybody was my surprise team to maybe cause some upsets in the playoffs. I think they just had that chemistry. Everybody's on board. Zubac's playing good. Harden's back to playing how he's been playing. Kawhi Leonard's playing like he supposedly, and the helpers are doing what they could do. Batum, they just balling, and I believe they're going to cause somebody some problems.
Look, Daddy.
Wow.
He's blinking.
Yeah, that's a train track. And there's some player for the Rockets. It's like these guys be coming out of nowhere. The Mavericks got some point guard number 10 who got like some Kyrie bag, probably a little better because he's like fast as crap. Number 10, that's the Mavs. And I like that dude, the small forward guy, Marshall. I like him. I like him big time. The Rockets got some light-skinned dude with braid. Yeah, he just be cooking dudes, yo. And they got another guy on that team that looks like Jalen a little bit, like the star player, but like he goes nuts over there. So the Thunder got some good one-on-one players over there, man. They just come out of nowhere. I like the way Jamal Murray is playing. Like this dude is on some old like Deron Williams ×2. Like I like the way he's been playing. Clutch shots, game-winning shots. He's just been like really unguardable the way he's been playing. And like Aaron Gordon been playing crazy. They've been losing because obviously the center ain't playing, Joker. So they've been losing. But I like the way Aaron Gordon been scoring like jumps, three ball, everything is just coming together. Everybody else doing their thing. So they're gonna be a big threat in the West, of course. Who else on the West? Let me look at the standings. Okay, so on the let's start with the East. Oh, the Pistons number 6. The Pistons took a loss of the night, a bad loss, but I ain't gonna lie, that team was hitting. I forgot who they played, but they were hitting everything, and the whole time the Pistons kept marching back up. But that booty team they played yesterday was hitting everything. Oh, the Hawks number 7. Yeah, I didn't know the Pistons were number 6. Okay, so with all that being said, I think everybody on the East are playing for no reason, even the Bucks. They're just wasting their time. They should all sit down. I think the East is going to come down to the Cavaliers and the Celtics. I think everybody knows that. The Pacers, I think the Pacers may be the only team that could like mix it up with somebody. I think the Pacers are the only team that can act in. The Hornets 18 and 52. God damn, Lamar Ball, you losing like that? Yeah, so I think the Pacers are the only team that can cause a scare to the Cavaliers. I think the Celtics are going to walk through everybody but the Cavaliers. I think the Pacers are the only team that can scare the Cavaliers, but I believe the Celtics walk through everybody, including the Cavaliers. So I got the Celtics easily coming out the West. No effort. Wow, that's nice. He knocked them all down. Now, the Rockets number 2. Yo, I didn't know that. Yo, the Rockets are, that was like the worst team in basketball last year. Yo, they are number 2. I told you those damn one-on-one players, bro. They got Van Vliet. Oh, he had 37. Yeah, but now that team to me got no chemistry. But and they say you can't win just with no chemistry. But that one-on-one play they got going on, I believe in that. I did not know the Rockets were number 2 in the West. That's crazy. Yo, the Timberwolves, is it me or did Edwards just blow the hype he had last year? And then to say that goofiness, I don't want to be the face of the NBA. Yo, who says that? That's where all the money and endurance. You gotta be. When he said that, man, I lost confidence in him like I did with Boots and Shakur Stevenson. By saying I don't want to be the face of the NBA is equivalent to Shakur last fight, his second last fight, and Boots last fight. I just lost all respect for Edwards after that. I got no respect for Edwards in basketball. Like I'm good with this guy. Like I'm not convinced he ain't selling me. I'm good. I'm good with him. I'm off him. I'm past that hype train. But Van Vliet, the Rockets are number 2. The Lakers are, that trade that catapult them. So the Lakers are looking at playing the Warriors. If everything stopped right now, they're playing the Warriors, and I think the Lakers beat them easily. I think the Lakers, 6 games, they beat them easily. The Thunder will be playing the Timberwolves. I think that would be a good match. I think maybe game. No, did I say game? I'm wilding. 5 games. The Lakers beat the Warriors in 5 games. Not 6. 5. The Thunder and the Timberwolves, I think that could be a game 6. That could give me a game 6. I just can't believe this. The Timberwolves are number 8. You expect them to do better. The Suns with that win streak, they hella games out, but that win streak might be a little too late. The Mavs are out. Okay. The Rockets will play the Clippers. Oh my God. Yeah. Now I can't listen. I didn't know the Rockets were that high in the standing. So I can't even say the Clippers will beat them because I don't watch the Rockets. Kamala isn't black. Yeah, so I'm pretty much done with the lie. That's why I'm doing sports because I made my mind up. I'm not going to do any more videos. I'm going to talk my sports, and then I'm going to do Jeff and this Italian guy next live. So, I'm not going to do any more, real talk. But I'm going to do some basketball real quick, and then we're out of here. But anyway, I would say the Clippers. I mean, of course, I got the Clippers. I got the Thunder over the Timberwolves. But the Rockets, I don't watch them. I just see the highlights where they're always winning. Okay, so I got the Thunder. Okay, I'm sorry. I got the Thunder over the Timberwolves. I got the Clippers over the Rockets. I got the Lakers over the Warriors. And then the Nuggets and Grizzlies. Oh, the Nuggets is loving that number 4 spot. They play the Grizzlies. Oh, they are loving that number. They're going there. That's a sweep. That's a sweep. The Nuggets. Yeah, so this NBA is weak. This NBA is very, very weak. The Grizzlies are trash. And the Rockets should not be that high. I don't know how they win it. It's like 10 more games left. 82 games. It's like 11 more games left, right? Yeah, so the Suns got to win out. They can't lose one more game. And they got to hope. The Timberwolves are like, damn. The Suns lost so many losses. Like, they could win out and still not make the playoffs because the other teams, they got to pretty much lose out. Yeah, they got to lose out, and the best the Suns can do is like tie some of these folks. But they're on a nice little win streak. Damn, Rockets on a 9. Yo, the Clippers. I told the watcher the Clippers were my sleeper team. They're on a 5-game win streak. The Rockets, the Thunder on a 5-game. Nobody's shocked at that. But the Rockets are on a 9-game win streak. That is that coach. He needs to be the coach of the year. You got the Rockets at number 2. Yeah, because they must change for that team. They actually lost players. Yeah, that coach needs to be coach of the year. He got these boys number 2. The playoffs, period, he should be coach of the year. But he's this high. Yeah, that's to me, that's the coach of the year. Let me see what's going on in the East. So the Cavaliers on a 4-game losing streak. That hurts. The Celtics on a 4-game winning streak. The Pacers on a 4-game winning streak. That's all good. I like seeing that. Damn it, he's on a 10-game losing streak. Damn. They just blew that team up, huh? Yeah, so they must be really just tanking. The Trailblazers on a Scoot looked good yesterday. I don't think I watched all the highlights. The Scoot Henderson looked good. Like he lost. They was playing with the Denver.
Daddy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they had a switch and he lost, my man, with the backwards tween. 10 games. Yeah, I think the Heat is where they at? They lost 10 in a row. And then they trade Butler, so don't they got some picks? I don't know how that goes. But they lost 10 in a row. They're trying to get down. So they are 13 slots out of let me see. So it's 15 teams? Is that right? So anyway, they are 13 games at the last place. The Wizards and the Hornets, they are not trying to win anything. And the Sixers low-key think they slick. But I don't know if these guys draft picks. I don't know if they got a draft pick. I don't know if it's traded already. I'm not sure. But the Wizards are trying to be slick. The Wizards and the Hornets, they're trying to be slick. They are battling for that Cooper Cup and my man Bailey. Oh, wow. No, you got to be careful. Yeah, I think Bailey will fit better on the 76ers. I think his best shine, like, for to win, because we're, that's like hopeful of a decent Embiid next year. I think he'll flourish there pretty quickly, but it'll be too much pressure to like play well. Because if Embiid playing 60 games, then they expect to be a playoff team. But we know if he goes to the Hornets, we know that's gonna be a losing ass team. But he gonna shine. The Wizards, he'll shine, but nobody will know about it. But if he could finally get some Nets, see, but he might not get a lot of playing time on the Nets because they like stacked. Who's in the Raptors? That trash team. I don't even know who's in the Raptors.
Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for a picture.
Okay, good. It's scary. Yeah, so I don't think the Heat gonna get them. The Heat's too far up. The Bulls are too far up. But any team, like from Heat on up, if they was to get lucky and get a Cooper Cup, which they're too far out, like they in playoff contention. But if they got lucky and got a Cooper Cup or Ace Belly type player, if the Heat is lucky and get one of those players, bro, yeah, that would be big because the Heat is known to be a winning organization. So they lost 10 in a row. They think they're slick. They're like, yo, Hero, just take every shot, bro. Duncan, bring the ball up. Duncan, just run point. Wiggins, you're gonna play power forward. Like dudes are really wild with the tanking. Anyway, we out. Early morning, 3-4 a.m. I'm gonna do my replacement video over. Let's see how that goes. We out. Come out isn't black.